welcome back to another live stream of Digimon World 2003. It's been a week away, and we're back again for more gameplay. So last time we got through the South Sector, beat the second leader of the game, and made our way back to Asuka City, where we had to sneak inside of an admin center disguised as Digimon to find out where our friend is. And we found that a mysterious hacker named Lucky Mouse may or may not have taken them away. So we've got to now go to the West Sector to try and find Lucky Mouse. But before that, we need to find a way to the West Sector. Ooh. So let's jump straight in here. Been a little bit. The first thing I'm going to do before we can go to the West Sector is we need to get a way across the ocean. And we found out at the end of last part that a Digi-Egg will help us call upon Submarimon, a Digimon who can travel us across the ocean. So that's what we're going to look for. And our only hint was from the second leader, who said to ask people in the South Sector about it. Just going to turn my volume down slightly. There you go. It's better on my end. Just check it. It's a little bit fuzzy. Should be alright. Okay. Let's double check, because it's been a week since I played. My stats of my Digimon right now. There's a lot of things we can do before making our way that I'm going to try and do as we head through the South Sector. So Hookmon is currently 23, so we'll keep using him for now. Renamon, meanwhile, is level 22, not bad. And Agumon, with the Growlmon evolution, is 38, which is great because at level 40, I think we get a new evolution. So I'll keep an eye on that. So my first goal is I want to go to Seiryu City. And the park as well. Let me just check my items before I leave the town. Because I spent a lot on auctions. 18, 1 supercharge. Still got 2 life discs though, so... just debating whether to buy more items. Since we're going to be leaving the town, I figure I should probably go get a couple supercharges and power charges and just start fresh with money for this next part of the game. Because I've got a lot of back and forth to do before we can even get to the West Sector. So, okay. We got a few weapons and items as well. But I know that I could do with a bit more upgrading on my armor. I've just got to build my way up to it with my Digimon. Like, I gave Monmon a shield to boost his defense last part, and from the looks of it, I'm not going to get Monmon's better weapon, like Monmon's specific weapon, for a little bit longer in the game. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take off that shield that I bought. If I have it... Ah, okay, never mind, okay. I think I sold it, actually, the weapon. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. We'll work with this for now. Yeah, I should have really looked that up in hindsight, because the weapon I had... The next part of the game, the difficulty goes up a bit, so I think Monmon's probably not going to do much until... not going to be as useful, but I'll try and make the most of them. Okay. So back in Asuka City, we're going to finally leave and make our way through Central Park. But before I leave Central Park, there is someone I want to talk to there. And I also want to check if I could do if I leveled up at all for the gym. Since we got transported from the South Sector right back to Central Park anyway. Let's have a look. Leomon. 5 TP, 5 TP, 25. Okay, yeah, we got a lot of things we could do. Speed's obviously important. Speed's really important, actually. Should I go speed or attack? I'm gonna go speed. Nope. What the? Why are you going back up? Why are you raising up volume? So my volume just suddenly shot up out of nowhere. On my speaker. Alright. Renamon. Renamon. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do speed for all three Digimon here. I really need to get that speed stat going, and there's not really a lot of ways to boost speed aside from specific equipment. And I've not got any money right now to get any. Yay! Keep it up, Renamon. Little speed demon you. Yes! Nice. 238, 255. Agumon definitely needs a lot of speed, so I'm going to go for a full-on 10. I don't usually like spending 10 TP because it's... if I mess it up, but I could do with the extra number. Okay, what else do I need to... I need to get Dark Tolerance up, and the problem there is... Dark is an awkward one. Right now. Alright, I'm going to spend 5, and then I'm going to save the rest. I'm actually going to put up his Wisdom a little bit. Because Wisdom also affects the accuracy of special attacks, and I do want to make sure that we do hit his fire techniques, because Agumon's going to be really good in the west sector. Like, Agumon and Renamon are going to absolutely shine in the west sector, because there's a lot of Digimon weak to fire and a lot of Digimon weak to water and thunder. Good. Nice! There we go. There you go, I'm happy with that. I'm going to keep the 10 TP for now. For when I go to the south sector, because that'll have some other trading areas for us. Which one is it? I think it's the person down here I want to talk to. I'm Kazuki, researcher on Magna Angemon. What you got to say? Do you have Patamon D-DNA? I need it for my research, but I can't find it. Bring it, and I'll add Patamon as your partner. Great. So we have a little side quest opened up there. Basically, if we could get Patamon D-DNA, we'll be able to unlock Patamon as a partner. So you can accept any of these side quests that you can. And basically what's going to happen is there'll be a boss Digimon somewhere in the world to fight. And if we defeat that boss, they'll give us that as a reward. Oh, a new Digimon, Flymon. Okay, so Flymon here, being an insect Digimon, is perfect to show off the power of Bugbuster on Monmon. Flymon are very fast, and I believe they have pretty good wisdom, so you want to hit them with good physical attacks. But I've always had a vendetta against this Digimon. I think his design's really cool. Nothing against that. It's the name I have an issue with, because there's a Stingmon is a green fly, and his name is Stingmon. And Flymon here is a giant wasp, and his name is Flymon. And I think somewhere along the line that name got flipped around in translation. And I don't have any proof for that, it just feels it's too perfect of a name for each of them. But yeah. The nice thing though is, because we're going to be fighting a lot of Flymons as we travel through the east sector, we're actually going to be getting good XP now. So you can see here, the Digimon are getting a bit stronger now to what we were fighting before. And I will say, if I had the wind power right there from those Apemon that I was trying to get from last part, I'd be able to kill this Flymon in one hit with that. Fire's not bad though. Fire is a decent element to hit Flymon with. Yeah, 25. We learned Big Shot. Big Shot is a move that has a boosted chance to critically hit, so it has a chance to do double the damage it would normally do. So it's good. I don't think it's anything amazing, but it's good. Let's keep going. I don't really have any items or anything to go on a hunt for while I'm in the east sector. I'm just basically going to make my way to Sayus City, and I want to talk to someone there before continuing on. I'm honestly just going to stick with Bugbuster. Don't let my Hookmon fool you. Flymon can be a bit of a threat. Like, these ones aren't too bad because I've trained my stats up a bit, I've got some decent equipment, so they're not doing too much damage. But there is an upcoming boss fight where you'll have to fight a Flymon, and I recommend having either a wind technique or some technique to help against them, because he is very fast. And that Flymon in particular is quite... well, I wouldn't say it's scary, but like he's a bit higher leveled than these ones are. So you want to be ready for that. But that's not going to be for a while now. Like, it's not for a little bit. And here's Kuwagamon, who weirdly enough is weaker than Flymon. Even though I feel like Flymon should be the weaker one, because Kuwagamon is like this big imposing beetle, but I guess it makes sense. It was the first big evil Digimon shown in Digimon. Gotta respect the Kuwagamon. He's iconic at the very least as a first enemy of the series. We will be making a little trek back through the East Sector as part of the little side quest to get the Submarimon egg. So this won't be the last, and we're definitely going to be revisiting East Sector a lot throughout the game since we have to keep doing auction. Well, we don't have to, but I want to keep doing auctions whenever they open up in Asuka City. If you ever need to figure out when the auctions are, they basically take place after any or during any important story beats. So since right now we just need to get the Digi-Egg, it doesn't count this point as a auction opportunity. The next one won't be until we get access to the West Sector. But I'll go more into that when the time comes up. So there's Big Shot. It's okay. Sometimes it can be really good damage, but it's inconsistent, which is why I'm not a big fan of using Big Shot, personally. But I'll use it here, because I don't really have a good thing to use on Seadramon yet. The thing with Hookmon is his techniques are very specific on which Digimon they're good against. So like, here's his regular attack. Because I've got a firepower, it's not going to do a lot to this Seadramon. Ah, okay, it didn't do awful, but like, say I had a Thunder Power, I'd do a bit more damage to him. But I kind of want to just keep the power as they are for now until I get to a section where I want to change it up. So that was what, 128? And Big Shot did how much? 170. So it's a little bit stronger, but it's not like, it's not an amazing technique or anything. Oh, Monmon's level 15. How nice. Alright. On to the next part of the world. Through the Wind Prairie. I did also find out from last part that, as far as it looks like, the card ones all have similar stats. So there's no elemental weaknesses, you just gotta hit them with hard enough techniques. And obviously the levels go up as you fight more and more dangerous card ones throughout the game. Okay, where is he? This is the one I want to talk to. This guy here. Hey, if you have time, could you help me? It's easy. Just get a Guilmon DDNA from War Growlmon. If you do it, I'll add Guilmon as your partner. Alright. So my original plan in this playthrough was I was going to get to this point of the game, unlock the Guilmon DDNA, and I was going to swap Munmon with Guilmon, because I really love Guilmon as a Digimon. But since Agumon already gets Growlmon for the Picking Claw technique, I don't really see a need anymore to train up... I don't really see a need rather to go for the Guilmon, because Agumon gets a lot of the same benefits that he does. And for an endgame side quest that you can do, you only need to you can use Agumon, Guilmon, or the secret partner Digimon as one of the requirements for that quest. And while I do love Guilmon, I figured I'd rather just stick with one team for the whole game. So I figured I might as well use Monmon, keep with him. But for the record, the Maniac pack I always pick because I like Guilmon. Whereas the Balance pack I never really pick because I don't really like... I mean, I like Renamon, but I don't like Renamon as much as Agumon or Guilmon. So that's basically why I go between the Powerful or the Maniac pack for those. Although I will say, I've grown more fond of Kumamon, who's actually called Bearmon, because the translation got his name muddled up in this game. But Bearmon is a fun little Digimon. But I decided I wanted to use this pack because I feel like it's a bit more beginner friendly. Because the Maniac pack, I'd consider it the hard mode of the game, just because Patamon takes a while to learn any strong techniques, and Kumamon you have to work on some of his really low stats to get more out of him. But yeah, that's not to say you can't play through the game with any pack you want, because you definitely can. And like I say, you can unlock the partners, so you can customize your team to whatever Digimon you prefer to have. I just figure that since Agumon already has Growlmon, I don't have a big need for Guilmon in this playthrough in particular. But if you're going to pick a pack, I would recommend either the Powerful or the Maniac for starting off the game. But if you really want to pick the Balance pack, there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't like it as much as the other two. But that's just me. That's the fun thing with this game, is that you can customize your party to the Digimon that you really like, and you can still play through perfectly fine. The only thing to note is when you get a partner Digimon, they will start at level 1. So, if you want to use a different Digimon halfway through the game, you will have to catch them up in levels. Which is actually the other reason I decided not to do that, because I figured it'd be best to just keep going with the game at a decent pace. I mean, I wouldn't want to like stop a part, grind up loads of levels, and then come back next part and have it all be completely different. There will be some times where that might happen, but for now I'm happy with where I am. And here we have Gekomon. Good. I've also got to say, I really like the attack animations in this game. I feel like even though I've been talking praise about the game, I haven't really talked much about the actual like look or feel of the game. Like, I've talked about the gameplay, but not really like just how it looks. I mean, it's a PlayStation 1 game, so it's quite pixelated, and obviously it has aged a little bit, but I really like how expressive all the characters are when they move around and attack in the battles. And I think the overworld, I think these worlds still look beautiful. Like, I still really love the like sprite artwork of this game. Like, all the little character models are really cute, and they have a lot of personality to them. Like, if I was ever to be able to make a game, I'd love to make something that looks like this for the whole game. These, like, nice little overworld. Digi-Egg. Okay, great. Gatomon doesn't know. Okay. So, unfortunately, we've got to figure out where the Digi-Egg is. I'm just going to quickly check if in the Shaman house, the Sepicmon has any idea where it might be. I know who the NPC is that gives a hint, but I want to see if Sepicmon has anything to say before. Yeah, like I said, this is a bit of a backtracky part of the game, just because you have to go all the way through the south sector and then all the way through the east sector, and then come back through the south sector again before we can finally go on to the next part. But at the very least, we're getting some level ups on Pokemon, which is good. I feel like I haven't really been using Mon there very much recently, so it's a nice opportunity to do so. Okay, let's go into the Shaman house. Sepicmon, do you know? You defeat Suzaku leader. I guess you're on one strong tamer. Cool, you don't have anything to say. Alright. It's weird that he doesn't give you the hint. You'd think he would, considering he's quite a wise Digimon. There are no such things as ghosts, but there's still things that scare me. Okay. So, the person we need to talk to is all the way at Phoenix Bay, which is a really random spot. And I really wish the game had more of a hint than just talk to people in this sector for clues. Like, even if they said, oh, I think someone at Phoenix Bay might have an idea, it would help. But yeah. And again, like, this game has a lot of problems. It's got a lot, it's not very clear all the time where to go, and there's a lot of back and forth, but I never feel like I'm wasting time, because I'm always getting level ups on my Digimon. There's always little items and things that you could possibly get from the Digimon, and the battles are fun to do. Like, yeah, it's repetitive, but I think they're fun battles. Like, in Pokemon, for example, I find when you're getting a bit too strong for one area, the XP rate's so bad that I just want to skip the battles. But in this one, because every battle gives you money, and there's items from a lot of the wild Digimon, I feel like it's almost always worth doing a fight. Like, I hardly ever run away from fights in this game. I only run away from ones that are designed to be very difficult fights early on, like the Lucium ones were when Zambamon was here. Ooh, level 30, we can load Bugbuster. That's good, actually. Yeah. Now, I know that I have XVmon on Munmon, but honestly, XVmon's techniques are not good. He gets, like, Air Blast, which is one of the weakest techniques in the game. It's basically a really weak wind move. And it's a special attack, which Munmon is not good at all. He is a physical attacker. And I just think there's no real point training him up. I'm better off just training Hookmon up all the way until either I hit level 20 or Hookmon gets to 99. Because every Digi-Evolution caps out at 99. Something I haven't mentioned yet, though, is that every Digimon in this game gets their signature move. So your rookie starts off with their signature move when you get them. The champion levels, most of them get it at level 60. I think there's one or two exceptions, but for the most part they get it at level 60. So Hookmon here will get his signature move at level 60, for example. Any ultimate level Digimon will get theirs at, I believe it's 70 or 75, one of those levels. And then the Mega Digimon gets it at 85, which is a real grind. However, it's well worth it for these techniques because they are very powerful. For the most part, there's one or two that aren't as useful. But yeah. So, you don't, obviously, certain Digimon you won't train up all that way, but... And only that Digimon can use that technique. But it's still worth... if you have a Digimon like Munmon who won't evolve for a while, like won't get any new forms that you want for a while, it's actually quite worthwhile just training up that one form up to the technique. But anyway, this is the little girl we want to talk. The girl we want to talk to. I was looking for a cat in Bayou Swamp. Behind the shrine, I saw the crest of reliability. I wonder why it was there. All right, that's all we need. So now we want to go back to Bayou Swamp. And of course, I bump into a red Vegemon. Now I could stand around here and fight Apemon, trying to get Picking Claw for the wind power. I'll do it if I bump into one in the wild, now that I actually have the stealing technique. But I'm not overly fussed if I don't find it. I also want to use healing items right now because there's no point wasting my bit that I'm trying to build back up to go to the inn, because I've only been battling with one Digimon so far. And right now I'm trying to get Munmon a bit more level ups. But okay, so we've got our destination. We're going to go right back to Bayou Swamp. Go have a look for that crest of reliability. I'm just thinking about something here. Don't know what to do. You know what? Before we go back, however, we have that War Growlmon quest that I unlocked. And we're really close to where War Growlmon is. So I think I'm actually going to go take a little side trek and go fight War Growlmon. So first things first, I'm going to make sure I heal and save, though, for this, because I actually don't remember how strong he is. I know he's quite fast, and I think he's weak to Thunder, I want to say. So, just going to do a little, get myself ready for it. But let's try and get us a wind power from this stupid 8mon that wouldn't drop it last time we came here. Nope, that's fine, I'll try again. Since my speed's quite high, I have a chance of getting 2 attacks in. Oh, come on! Cheeky 8mon. This is why speed is such a useful stat to level up. Alright. Come on, Picking Claw. Give us a item. Come on, Wind Power. Nope. I don't know if the next one will kill or not. Okay, let's see what happens. Alright, well, we defeated the 8mon anyway. Gotta just hope on the luck of the... Nope. Okay, cool. Cool. That's the only annoying thing when you're trying to steal an item, is... Stronger Digimon are a lot easier to steal from. I do have a life disc. You know what? I'm going for it. I think sometimes you gotta go guns blazing. Everyone's healed up. I've got a life disc. I've got some healing items. Worst thing come to worst, we'll just have to blast. I think we're strong enough to take them on though. The thing is with these side quests, you can do them at any point in the game. So it's more of just a matter of when you want to do it. But I think I can do this now. And I'm going to use Renamon for the fight, because I believe he's weak to Thunder. 32 minutes. And I think he's got quite high speed. I'm going to take the risk. I think we can do this. And if we don't, well, I'll just have to make my way back through this. We've only gone through a little bit of the game. We haven't made massive progress. But alright, this is E for Jungle. And in E for Jungle, where's the spot? There is a part where the forest opens up. No, not there. That's too high up. It's somewhere around here. I don't remember who's the need for... I remember one Digimon that's here. Okay, there we have Red Vegemon. The Digimon you want to watch out for in E for Jungle is the green Woodmons, because they have much better defense than a lot of the other Digimon around here. They hit decently hard, and every time they attack, they gain back HP, depending on how much damage they dealt to you. They are weak to fire though, so if you have any fire techniques or a fire power, I'd recommend equipping that or using that fire technique on them. Oh, Monmon leveled up all the way. Nice. Monmon levels up very quick compared to some of the other rookies, so he's at least friendly, beginner friendly in that way. Here he is, all stuffed in this corner. Now what I want to do here is, just in case anything goes wrong here, I'm going to give you a Thunder Power. Bolt Power 1, yes. Currently got a Machine Ring on, that's fine. Okay, I do need status, because I want Renamon to start the fight as Cubimon. That's fine, good. Stingmon's level 10, we need 30 more levels. Cubimon's 22, so I need to get Cubimon a bit more. Wargrowlmon can be tricky, but he's also a physical attacker with a special move as his ultimate technique. Ah, what do you want? I was having a good dream about eating bread. Hey Wargrowlmon, I got a favour to ask. Can I get Guilmon DDNA from your DDNA? DDNA stands for Digimon DNA, by the way. Or Digital DNA. No way, if you really want it, you gotta fight for it, kid. So, these boss Digimon will only show up once when you get one battle against them, basically. And they only show up when you've spoken to the respective agent. So, for example, this Wargrowlmon only talks up to the one when we talk to the guy who asks about Guilmon. see how much this does. Ooh, okay. Got a bit of a battle ahead of us. How much does he do is the bigger question. Whoa! Okay, okay. Alright. Yeah, that's not good. Alright, well. Renamon is our frailest. So taking 700 from a direct attack is not great. We did 400 damage at least. Here's the ultimate technique, Atomic Blaster. Powerful fire-based damage, but it's a special attack. So, you see there, I took less from that than I did his normal attack. What I want to do then, in that case, who's faster? 314, 241. There's no point going for Picking Claw here. I'm actually going to go... I don't remember how much... What's your fire tolerance? See, I'm actually going to go for Greymon here. Because he's lower speed on how many life discs? I just check him at items. 2 life discs. Yeah, we got plenty to do. I'm gonna try a TNT ball actually, because I've got 4 of them. We only need 1 going forward, so let's see how much that does. 54. Okay, nope, not worth it. Oh, he's going for Atomic Blaster. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a fight where I'm gonna have to just like heal stall a bit. 700. Okay, that's pretty scary. Oh, come on. 2 hits in 1 turn. That's my speed going against me there. So that's what I mean. Like, it's really inconsistent because his spirit isn't that high. Does double guard? I think double guard improves my team's defense, not just Greymon. Let's find out in a minute. No, it doesn't. Nope. Wasted my time. How much does that do with the boost? 300. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Like I say, this isn't going to be easy. My best bet's just going to be whittling him down and just keep healing up as I need to. So yeah, a bit stronger than I thought he was, but we can do this. Thunder techniques did about 200, so I know Thunder is the element he's weak to. I think Water as well does well against him, but I don't really have a lot for those. Nice! Good job, Mon. Alright, we're just going to go all in on attack and just see how much this does. That's a Thunder Power. 120. It's not atrocious, but it's not great. His attack on Mon does how much? 429. You know what? That's not atrocious. We can do that. I'm going to go for Big Shot. Let's hope for a good critical hit. With the Thunder Power boost. 266. That's actually not atrocious. We might be able to win this with just Mon here. Alright. 400. I gotta hope I'm not too slow. Nope, good. I'm gonna use a Supercharge. This is definitely an example where having that training in speed will pay off, because Wall Growlmon is a very fast Digimon. Well, this is it. I do love Atomic Blaster as a move. Like, oh my god. Okay, gotta watch out for that then. I'm gonna use Renamon next then, because I don't want Renamon in last, just in the off chance that they outspeed and get crazy damage on Atomic Blaster like that. But yeah. I'm gonna try the ice move. I don't know how much he's weak to ice. I don't remember. How much does Ice Blow do? 213. That's not awful. Okay, he's just wanting to go Atomic Blaster now. He's not holding back anything. Like I say, you do have to watch out a bit for that Atomic Blaster, but if you have decent wisdom, it's not as threatening as his physical attack is. The real problem is his speed. That he's very likely to block your attacks and get 2 attacks in. And you're almost never going to get 2 attacks in on him. Did it kill? Yeah, it did. Of course it did. Getting all these lucky critical hits on me. Alright. Yeah, the reason I'm going Greymon and not Growlmon. I know Growlmon's faster, but Greymon's got a bit more physical defense, and I think that'll help us out more here. We've nearly won, but I'm going to use my last life disc now. Just to be safe. I don't want anything happening. cost us the game. How much does that do? 357, that is bad. Oh, come on. 2 attacks in 1 turn. That's that speed working against me on Agumon. But, to be fair, 300 isn't atrocious, right? I want to try Triple Fire. Let's see how much Triple Fire does to him. I don't think he'll do a lot, because I think he has a bit of fire resistance, but the triple attack makes me want to try it out. Yeah, no, never mind. Don't go for that. Yeah, Agumon's not doing much here. That's fine. I'm going to try to finish it off with Renamon's Thunderbolts. Well, because I think I'm going to use another Supercharge, actually, and just try and do some physical attacks with Greymon. So even though he's pixelated, I do think War Growlmon looks really cool here. Like those sharp metal blades are really cool to look at. 105, yeah, a few more physical attacks I'll do. I actually wonder if I can finish this off with a Blast Digivolve. You know what, let's do that actually. Let's be a bit more extra with this. Let's do a DNA Digivolve and see if that's enough to finish him off. Because he's not got a lot of health left. He's probably got about like 300 health or so left. So this won't do loads because it's a fire technique, but it at least gives me a... The thing about DNA Digivolving is sometimes a good reason to go for it is so you can get damage and switch at the same time. Yeah, like that. It didn't kill, but it's put him in range for a Hookmon to finish us off. And that way I won't lose Greymon, so I can still get XP there. Alright, Hookmon, this is all you. I just need one good attack. Oh, come on. Okay. Maybe Greymon won't get... Hookmon won't get the attack in. Oh, come on. 600, that's a lot of damage. I need just one hit. One hit, Hookmon. That's all he takes. Yes! Oh, okay. Yeah, so my, in hindsight, advice is train up a bit before this fight. He is pretty strong. I forgot completely how powerful he actually is. But yeah. He doesn't have any items to drop besides the DNA that we'll get from him. So don't worry about picking Claw or anything like that from him. From any of these boss Digimon. Yeah, I won! That was a great battle. Okay, take this with you. I got the Guilmon D DNA. Thanks, War Growlmon. You guys are strong. That battle was great. Okay. Now, I'm going to make my way back to the Suzaku City and get some healing there in the inn. Let's hope I don't bump into any Digimon on the way back. Nope, good. Meep. Meep. Oh. Woodmon. It's fine by me. I can beat Woodmon. With an ice move. Yeah, I would recommend, though, for that fight, get a few life discs. And any thunder or water techniques will do quite good on him. Or equip a Bolt Power to your highest attacking Digimon if you have it. But the problem is with Bolt Power, the only way to get it is from that one Tamer fight that had a... I think I got it from the Thundermon, actually. It was either the Thundermon or the Vadermon dropped it from that one Tamer battle I had. But yeah. It's a really lucky drop that I got that, actually, because it definitely came in handy there. Yeah, alright. Let's heal and save, because I don't want to lose that progress. I'm also going to put Munmon back in front, because, well, do I or do I do a bit of... You know what, no, I'm going to do a bit more Growlmon training, because they're all around there. Hookmon's level 30 now, so I can also load that Bug Buster. I'll switch it around. I think when I get to... where is it? Once I go to the next part of the story, I'll switch to Renamon. I think around near the swamp, because Renamon's really good against those Digimon there. But yeah, that's something good to keep in mind is, if you know what Digimon are in certain areas, sometimes switching around who you want to battle is a good idea. Like, I know the swamp area has a lot of water Digimon, so Renamon will get XP quicker there. Because otherwise fights will take twice as long as I use Renamon against, say, the Ghost Digimon. Whereas those ones are a bit more weak to fire, so Munmon and Agumon could deal with them better. Well, Munmon wants to just re-equip the fire power. How much? Ooh, we've already built up so much bit. I think it was from that Gromon fight. It's got a bit up, right back to where we were before I spent all my money. Which is good, because I need to buy a few life discs. I could look at equipment if there's any other equipment I can get from my Digimon. Okay, firepower 1. Yeah. I'll keep with this order for a moment. So I want to go to... I don't know if there is any better equipment right now, but I want to have a look at the armory first. Let's see. Nope. No, not really. I mean, we'd lose a bit of defense. Is this two-handed? Yeah, see, these are the two-handed, which would be nice. You know what? I am going to buy that crossbow again. I know I got rid of it last part, but I'm going to equip it to Munmon for now. We don't need the shield until later in the game. Yeah, see, they weaken stats, and I don't really want things at lower stats. Nah, they're not worth buying. That's fine. Now what I want to do next is go load the technique. What do you have to say? To the strong Digimon, I want to create the strongest team. Okay. What about you? Did I battle you in both types? Nope. You don't want to fight? That's fine by me. Your items, your accessories, your card shop, which... I don't remember if we got any booster packs. I don't think we got any booster packs last time. And I haven't fought any card one in a while. Let me see if I can load any techniques at all. Not on you. You've loaded 2 of yours already. Munmon. Load technique. We can now load Bug Buster, which is great. Because all our Digimon now, when we get more forms, will be able to deal with insect Digimon that way. I don't think Renamon could load anything. No. No. That's fine, that's fine. I think that's everything I want to do. Just go to the shop and get some items. I'm just going to quickly check with the Cardmon if we did get any booster packs. No, we don't have booster packs, that's fine. Like I say, I know I could buy something. Well, I'll check out really. Nah, that's fine. I do kind of wish I could buy booster packs, that'd be cool. I'm not going to bother with accessories because I don't tend to use a lot of the rings and things until I get more, because you need quite a bit of bit to buy them. They're good, but you need a lot of money to get like enough for a party to use. So for now I'm going to buy 2 life discs, because life discs are amazing. I'm going to buy 7 power charges, so we get it up to 30, because I like a nice round number. I'm going to leave that there. So now we can go back through the... Did I equip this fire? I did equip the firepower, yeah. I'm going to now go back through here. And we're going to make our way back to the Bios Swamp. I don't know why I'm running into walls. Stop running into walls. Oh my god. I would like to bump into an 8-pon though. No, not Red Vegemon. Nice. See, that speed is now coming in handy because we're starting to evade a lot more attacks. Yeah, if you reach 999, which is the max stat you can get in any one stat, you'll basically evade almost every physical attack in the game. So speed is really worth training up in this game, but there are actually one or two negatives to just training nothing but speed. Obviously, if you don't train any defense, you might fall behind there early on in the game. Also, you might not be doing as much damage as you'd like if you don't train anything in your attack or special attack. You might take a lot through certain elemental attacks if you don't work on any of your tolerances. A high wisdom would also make it easier for you to evade and take less damage from special attacks while also hitting special attacks, so wisdom's quite useful. But yeah, it's best just looking at what your Digimon really needs in that moment. I'm pretty sure we got the dark power. I'm fairly sure I got that from one of these guys last part, as I did a lot of thieving last part. The only item I didn't get was that bolt, was the wind power from Apemon, but I'm hoping that I might be able to just grab that when I come back to the Suzaku City area, because we will be going back through there to go to the west sector. Like I said, this first hour is basically just doing the little catch up to get to go to the west sector. I promise this part we will make it to the west sector. I'm sure you've seen enough of the swampy south sector by now. But what I want to do here is we're going to go through this little maze area. I don't know why I'm having... I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm having a bit more delay today with my movement. But alright, we are at Bulk Bridge. So... yeah, I'm going to put Renamon in the lead for a little bit. I've given Monmon and Agumon a lot of love recently. I think, well, Monmon at the start of this part, Agumon's had a lot of love last part. So let's get Renamon some training. They are my lowest level rookie after all. So here we are at Bio Swamp. Now then, we've got Sealamon, who is very weak to Thunder, as any water Digimon tend to be in this game. I used to think it was Coelamon until I realised it's named after a coelacanth, even though it looks nothing like a coelacanth. It looks very, in fact, it looks very feathery for a water Digimon. Yeah, Bio Swamp. Right, so this is the shrine. So the lady said behind the shrine there was the crest of reliability. There it is. Or sincerity, even though it's supposed to be reliability, but whatever. There it is, the symbol of sincerity. Then is the Digi-Egg of sincerity in here? You mean reliability? But how am I supposed to break down the wall? Maybe Sepicmon can help me. I'm just going to double check that again. Is there any other dialogue to it? No, just that one. I don't know why they say this is sincerity. I think that's just a translation error. Because it is supposed to be reliability. The crest, but I know in Japan, I think sincerity and reliability are switched around, or there's something different there. Because there are a few little differences with the crests that compared to the English version of Digimon. Yeah. Hey, nice job. Yep, well, okay, well, I guess we're attacking. I meant to go for my technique, but sure, I guess we'll do a physical attack. Luckily, it's just enough to finish it off. Like I said, Seadramon's the one that drops the water power, if you need that, which I would recommend grabbing a water power. It's a very useful element to have for certain parts of the game. The west sector, there's a specific dungeon that'll have Digimon weak to water and thunder. So that's really good to know. Good to have if you didn't manage to get the ball power. The ice power is more useful for... I think it's actually more useful early game than later game. But any dinosaur Digimon it'll do really good against in particular. It's a pretty decent one. Not the best, not the worst. Dark power is probably the least useful, as Dark is probably the most underwhelming element in the game, just because a lot of Digimon, bosses especially, don't have much of a weakness to Dark, or they tend to resist Dark. Oh, we learned Thunder Gemini. Nice. We learned our stronger Thunder technique in Thunder Gemini. Tranquil Swamp. Okay. Ask my friend Baronmon about bombs. Baronmon's good at making bombs. Well, there you go. So we got our objective. We've got to go find Baronmon. Now I could keep using... debating using Renamon's Cubimon or using Stingmon. I'm going to keep with Cubimon for now though, because we might be able to load some stronger techniques over to Stingmon. Because the problem with Stingmon right now on Renamon is Stingmon's a physical attacker, but Renamon is a special attacker. Like, as you can see here, the spirit goes down a little bit from 300 to 280. Stingmon does get a better speed, more damage, and is more defensive, but Renamon has more spirit and wisdom, so at least for now, Cubimon is better if you want just special attack damage. And if we keep leveling up Cubimon, we'll be able to start passing those techniques along to other forms, which will help with just giving us more options for combat. Because the problem with Stingmon is we need to get Stingmon to level 40 for that form, for the next form we can get, but Stingmon's damage output isn't very good, so fights will take a while with it, so I want to unlock some techniques for it that will speed things up. Alright then. But we got to go all the way back now to the east sector, and we need to go to Protocol Ruins, where Baronmon is living. And along the way we'll deliver that DDNA to give us a Guilmon. Unfortunately, Guilmon is the only rookie you can get this early. Guilmon or Agumon, but since we already have an Agumon, the agent who's in Tirana Valley is kind of useless for us, because he'll never give us anything, even though we already have an Agumon. But yeah, if you want Agumon as a partner, you need to go to Tirana Valley. And the agent will be there, and he'll give you the task of fighting Metal Greymon. Metal Greymon is actually really dangerous because he's a pretty powerful Digimon for early on in the game with machine-type damage, which you're not likely to have a lot of resistance to yet. And his technique's quite deadly this early on. But you fight him at Bulk Bridge, in that first section where the station takes you out. He's just on the little bridge bit there, like right before you go on to the next part of Bulk Bridge. But yeah, so if you wanted Agumon, that's where you need to go for that. And the agent himself he's in Tirana Valley, and he's on top of the ladder. You climb up the ladder to the top near the top of Tirana Valley, and he's on like a side path there. I don't remember if last part I showed it. I think I showed whereabouts he was at some point, but he's never going to give us anything because we already have him. There's also an agent for Renamon in Central Park as well, which is right above the gym. But because again, I've already got Renamon, I can't do anything with that agent. So the Patamon agent, Magna Angemon is in the west sector, so that's why I spoke to him now and not later on. But I'm going to make sure I save before that fight, because in my opinion, Magna Angemon is one of the hardest rookies to unlock. He's one of the hardest ultimates to defeat at this point in the game. But yeah. And the other partners that you can get, we can't get them until we're into the west sector, because all the other agents are hiding out in the west sector. But yeah, we'll see more of them in time. So I'm just going to make a quick pit stop to Seiyu City to go deliver that DNA so we can unlock Guilmon as a partner. I'm not going to use Guilmon in this playthrough, but I want to at least unlock all the partners just to show them off. That's a Guilmon DDNA, thanks. Yeah, I'll give you Guilmon as a partner. Go see Dr. Kadomatsu or Piximon. Guilmon should now be listed under Switch Digimon. And there you go, we now have a Guilmon as a partner. So, yeah. How are we doing on bit? 700 bit, not bad. What I want to do now, or what I need to do now, is go to Protocol Ruins to speak to Baronmon. And thankfully, because we already have a TNT ball, which is what you get from defeating Triceramon in Tirana Valley, if you, I can already make the bomb that I need. But yeah, for this part of the game, you need to get a TNT ball from Triceramon. And if you don't have one already, my best advice is get the pick and claw technique on a Growlmon with one of your rookie Digimon. You get pick and claw at level 25 when Growlmon hits that. When Growlmon specifically hits level 25, and use that technique on Triceramons in Tirana Valley until you manage to get one. You only need one TNT ball as well, but it's a required item because you can't beat the game without it. So yeah. Split. So it's a good thing we got so many early on in the game. But the TNT ball, as I showed off in the War Growlmon fight, it does fire-based damage. It's not a very useful item at all, it's just a required item for the story. I don't really know if there's any point to it, like if you can magnify the damage. I suppose if enemies are weak to fire and you don't have any other way of dealing fire-type damage, you could use it as just an item-based attack on them. Like, say, the Pheromon boss, for example, in Protocol Ruins, maybe you could get one at the start of the game and deal some damage that way to him. I don't know what determines the damage, though, but it never really seems to be very useful damage as far as I've found using it in the game. But I figured I'd at least show off at some point what it does. And since this is the part where we need a TNT ball, I figured now's the best time to show it, since I'm lucky enough to have quite a couple of them from my training session last part, trying to get the firepower from a Tyrannomon. So you want to go along here to the ladder where Baronmon should be chilling out. And here he is, Baronmon. What, a bomb? Oh, a TNT chip. Sorry, I don't have all the ingredients. If I had a TNT ball, I could make it in a jiffy. Well, lucky for you, we have one. Oh, you got a TNT ball. Wait one sec. Snip, snip, cut, cut. Ta-da! It's now a perfect Baronmon TNT chip. Well, good luck. I'll be rooting for you. I can see the future. You'll be saving the world. Alright. So we got our TNT chip, which is required in order to get through the Swamp Shrine. Ooh, and we have a wild Baronmon. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know much about Baronmon. Like, I don't know what's... He must be a Series 4 Digimon or something, because I've never seen him prior to this. I also didn't... I don't know his elemental weaknesses. I don't know what defenses do really well against him, but, I mean, I did a special electric attack and it did a lot to him, so I guess that's fine. He uses dark elemental damage, though, so as long as you've got some decent dark resistance, you should be alright. Which is an element right now we don't have a way to level up, but we will once we get to the South Cape, which is just past Aether Jungle. And it's the south version of the Plug Cape that we have in the east sector. Split. Yeah. We're getting some nice little levels on Cubimon here. Down around this way. So I know it's took an hour, but there is just this awkward little section of backtracking before we can go to the west sector. But the good thing is, now that we've got the TNT chip, all we've got to do is go back to the swamp, and we will get ourselves access to the west sector. I will say ahead of time, before going to the west sector, make sure you get all your Digimon's armor and weapons from the south sector, Suzaku City, because the west sector is very limited in armory and weapon shop, because the armory is in a very specific place at the minute in the west sector. So there is a healing place that's out in the open, but yeah. So I would recommend before going to the west sector, just make sure your Digimon are equipped with the best. Well, it doesn't have to be the best, like you don't have to go to the heavy armory and buy all the expensive gear, but just Suzaku City's excessive armors and weapons should be good enough for you for now. If you've been doing any auctions, you might have 1 or 2 items for your Digimon, which helps. And I do recommend, before going to the west sector, have a Digimon that can use thunder or water techniques, have a Digimon that can use fire techniques or a fire power accessory, have the pick and claw technique somewhere on your team. At least one Digimon has pick and claw. And make sure you've trained up your speed and defenses a little bit, because the west sector's difficulty jumps up quite a bit, as the Digimon we're going to fight there are significantly stronger than the south and east sectors of the game. But I think the reason for that is, because of all the backtracking we've done at this point in the game, they expect you to have got your levels up a bit in advance for it. Now, I'm saying all of this, like, the west sector is going to be impossible or anything, and it's not that bad, it's just, it jumps up in how much damage the Digimon do specifically. It's a really good place for level grinding, though. Once you get some good techniques and some good strategies for the Digimon there, you'll find that some of the really tough Digimon that give good XP yields and really good items can be beaten really quickly with some good techniques and some good stat training for them. But I'll show that more off when we get there, because right now we've got to make our way across. I will also say, for me, the first part of the game is absolutely nostalgic. I always remember the east sector and the central sector. The central sector being basically Central Park and Asuka City. The south sector I like, but I think it's a bit too samey looking after a bit. Like, I understand it's being natural, like you're in like a swampy area for the whole part, but I honestly kind of just... I like it, but it's definitely probably my least favourite sector of the game, the south sector, because it feels like it's where the backtracking's at its worst in the game. But for me, the west sector is the most nostalgic area of the game. Like, I love the west sector. It's simple. Like, you'll see when we get there, like, it goes for a very obvious theme. But I like that theme, and I like the story beats, and I like the characters there, and I like the Digimon that we fight there are a lot of fun, and there's some of the best items and accessories and equipment we can steal from Digimon are there. The music's great, and I think the west sector, just to share a quick story about this game, the west sector is where me and my dad got up to when we played this game when I was younger. Because this was a game that I had from my childhood, and I would play it, my dad would play it as well sometimes, and we'd basically show where we've got to, and we'd watch each other play. But we never finished the game. We only got through halfway through the west sector, and we got lost in a very specific section of the game, which is easily the worst designed area of the entire game by far. And I'll explain why when we get there. But there's this one section that was basically like a big labyrinth that we just could not figure out for the life of us.
No battery. Please charge.
Jeez. Okay, charge. Sorry, my speaker's just gone off. Gone there. Jump. Okay, I think that's plugged in. My speaker just made me jump. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so yeah, we got halfway through the west sector, got stuck, and that was it. So we just play and just battle Digimon, but we could never make it further in the story. Then years and years passed, and I got the game again, because I lost my original copy. And I got another copy eventually. Oh, we got Angelomon. Nice. Yeah, I got another copy eventually, and when I got that other copy, I decided I wanted to play through it all again. And now that it'd been years later and the internet was a more established thing than when I was little, and I knew more what I was doing, I could look up a guide about what to do there. And I managed to beat the game in the future. Just the story mode. Now, I never finished the post game. But yeah. Anyway, we're back here at the shrine. Okay, so I placed the TNT chip over there. Boom. There's a hole in the wall. Now we can go in. Now this is a once in a once in a playthrough area. You can never re-access this area, which is a shame because I really love the music here, which I'll show in a second. I'll let you listen to it for a moment. But I love this set. This little area is really nice, and it's surprising that they'd never let you come back in here afterwards. You can't leave either. I have to find the Digi Egg of Sincerity. I don't know why they call it that, because it's the real reliability spot. It's really weird that they did that. But yeah, I'll let you listen to the music while I make my way through. It's just so serene and so nice. Alright, we got a mission. Hey, that's... awesome! I got the Digi Egg of Sincerity. Again, it's reliability, but it's because the Japanese is muddled up with the English translation in this game. Just to explain for a second, the American version of this game is called Digimon World 3, and it has a few differences, which I'll go more into when we get to the significant difference that I think kind of makes or breaks which version you play. But this version was released in the UK, and it's called Digimon World 2003 instead, which is why I've been titling all my parts that. And it's more closely related to the Japanese version of the game, and one of the differences with this version is certain translation comes from the Japanese translation, rather than the American translation of certain parts of the game, but also there's certain things, in particular the post-game, feels very much like it's from the Japanese version, because the American version doesn't have a post-game. Once you beat the game, that's it. You go back to your save point before the end there, whereas in this version, you just continue the story in the post-game. But yeah, just a little thing about that. Now I can call Submarimon and cross the ocean. And there you go. So now we finally have our transportation for the game. Now, I would recommend, before you go underwater in any part of the game, to have at least one Digimon with either the Bolt Power equipped or a Thunder technique, because, well, underwater can be dangerous. There are some pretty decently strong Digimon at this point in the game underwater. And in fact, I'm actually going to show off the underwater right here, so we can make our way to Phoenix Bay without having to walk all that way. And we get this awesome music. For 2 seconds before we get into our first fight. Who did we bump into? The big threat. This is Gesomon. Gesomon don't mess around. They will hit very hard. They have decent speed. They are very dangerous, but they are very weak to thunder as well. I recommend your strongest electric thunder technique for them. And just hope you don't die in one hit to their powerful physical attack. I died in one hit to their very powerful physical attack. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna save Mon for last then. I'm also going to, and this is a risk, but I do have life discs. Gesselmon have a chance of dropping an item called the Runner Sandal, which makes it so escaping battles is you're a bit more likely to escape battles, which I think could be helpful. So I'm going to just spend a second here, try and pick and claw with Agumon before he goes down. But yeah, Gesselmon are dangerous because they have very high attack for this point in the game, and they hit for water technique, which, unless you've been training a lot of water tolerance for the Bulbmon fight, you're not likely to be able to resist this very well. But again, that Runner Sandal is tempting, and they are very weak to Thunder, so despite the Renamon fainting very quickly, I do still recommend giving it a go fighting them. As for me, I'm going to try one more Pick and Claw before I go down here. Of course, he dodged it. Come on, give us another turn. No. Alright, I'm going to have to just defeat him then. But I'm going to use a life disc first, because I want to be careful against Gesselmon, because they are quite dangerous Digimon, like I said. They give good XP, so it's not like there's no reason to fight that, like you should run away automatically. Just be careful. I also really love the underwater background. I think it's really nice how it's got like all the rocks and like coral. The fact that you see the water above you is really cool. But yeah. Okay, yeah, we're gonna use a life disc here because Gesselmon are very scary. There is another Digimon underwater which is a lot less dangerous. And I'm not I believe it's different dive spots have different Digimon in. So this dive area has Gesselmon, unfortunately, which is the one we don't want to fight. But it is what it is. Okay. I hate using my last. No, you know what? No, I'm not doing that. Right, I'm going back to Growlmon again. Yeah. See what we can do here. I really want that Runner Sandal. I know I'm taking a lot of risk here doing this, but it would be nice to steal this item before we go down here. Now, I do have plenty of power charges for after the fight. Nope. Okay. You just don't want to drop it, do you? The problem with Gesselmon as well is their speed is really high, surprisingly, for just being this squid Digimon. They're a lot more threatening than you'd think. So yeah, just watch out with them. They do have a chance of dropping the Runner Sandal accessory, but I'm getting no luck here, so I guess I'm just going to have to defeat him with Renamon. Yeah, no. 500 damage, jeez, okay. See, I did unlock Angelwomon. The problem with Angelwomon, I will say right now, is she takes, I think it's level 20 when she finally gets an attacking move, an attacking technique. So before I use Angelwomon, I want to level up Cubimon to be able to load some stronger techniques across. But yeah, there you go. Get out of here, Gesselmon. You little threat. Alright, so there is still a chance it could drop it. 31, 34, 240 bit. That's good though. Alright. While you're underwater, you also can't look at the map, which is fine. I don't mind that too much. It wouldn't help anyway. But yeah. So we're going to just use all our power charges to get topped up. I don't want to waste my one supercharge. And I'm going to top everyone up because, like I said, those Gesselmon are really dangerous. Right. Well, this is why I recommend having a Digimon with a decent power of Thunder technique. Renamon's great for this. The problem with Renamon is the frailty, unfortunately, so I might have to train Renamon's defense up a little bit more at the next gym that we go to. Because I didn't expect to take that much damage from Gesselmon. I don't want to fight, no. Just to explain as well how movement works in this, triangle pushes you forward, and as you move forward you go down. Oh, I thought there was a... Okay, I guess that was just a dead end then. That's annoying. Triangle goes forward, and you turn with the... Obviously, your turn is normal. But if you stop moving with triangle, you'll float back up. That's basically how you get over the gates. But yeah, that's about it. That's all there is to the controls. It is weird, but you get used to it. Yeah, I think this is just a dead-end spot that sort of just teaches you about the underwater area. I was hoping it would lead me to Phoenix Bay, but I think I'm thinking of a different underwater passage to it. It might be Central Park, actually, that takes you to Phoenix Bay. That's fine, though. We'll get some XP from fighting Gessamon. Like I say, Gessamon's not really what you want to fight underwater. He's kind of the big threat of the underwater area, but if you can manage to get that runner sandal, it can help out in a pinch. Because I believe the runner sandal is, it gives you a better chance of escaping battles. So it's not bad to go after. Unfortunately, because of the high speed, I don't think Renamon's going to be able to do great at this, because they keep avoiding my attacks. So I think I'm just going to go for Big Shot and hope for the best here. Alright, Pokemon. Big Shot. Oh, okay, great. $500, that's a lot of damage. I clicked the wrong move. No, you're not a bug. This won't do anything. No. Okay, it didn't actually do awful, but okay. Try a Big Shot. Oh, come on! Stop blocking my attack. Ugh. That's the thing with Gessamon is they're surprisingly threatening. Now, as much as I want to just go for an attack, that little voice in my head says, use your life disc. So I might have to just go for it and use a life disc. I clicked run by accident. No. 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 Oh, I tapped it one too many times. Please don't kill. Good, good. Don't run. Ah. Oh. Damn it. I did not want that. The problem with running away now is... Okay, can we make it? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get out, get out! No! Oh, there you go. Okay, this is Dolphmon. Dolphmon is the more normal encounter to bump into. I will let Renamon faint here, just to switch in my other ones, but... Dolphmon are weak, a lot weaker, much more frail, don't hit quite as hard. They're just very fast. That's basically all there is to them. They're very weak to Thunder. I mean, 300 is still a lot of damage, but you know, that's just how frail Renamon is. But yeah, that's more what we were looking for to fight under here, not Gessamon. Yeah, I do recommend with Gessamon, just be careful with them, make sure you got plenty of healing items. But Thunder techniques will definitely help, because they don't have the highest Wisdom stat. Pokemon is 35, and we didn't get anything for it, cool. Wait. There we go. Get me out of here. Bug Bridge. Nice. You know what? I'm going to go back to the inn. And I'm going to heal there before we do anything else. Because clearly there are threats around here. And I believe as well, I'm going to go to the Shaman house after this, because I believe there's also something new there. Let's heal up. And I'm going to put Agumon in the lead for a minute. Do you have anything else to say? You're at the inn now, please rest. Yeah, so Gatamon's done with giving us advice. Now we can go down here. Yanmamon. Good, I can beat that. I'll go for Ice Blow. I think he's level 35 when I get my next 10. Okay, I thought Yanmamon was weaker to ice than that. Not bad. think it's funny that the blast gauge is actually almost full on some of my Digimon because of those Gessamon. Yeah, I might take off the water power and put on a different element. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. That. Right. So I want to just show this off before I continue on. So now that we've done the TNT chip, yes, Baramon is here now. I have finally found the art of the change account. If you want to change the name of your Digimon, tell me. I'll change them for you anytime. So yeah, you can now choose nicknames, whatever you want. I just looked at your future. Green person is dangerous. Well, alright then. Yeah, so if you want to change any Digimon's name, you can do. Just bear in mind that name will be for all the forms, just like how it is for the Digimon regardless. But yeah. It's a cool little feature that they added. If you wanted to be more personal with nicknames, you could do that. I don't really have plans of using the nickname feature right now. But it's cool that it's there at least. It's like Pokemon that you can nickname them. I think it's cool that they did put that in. It's just weird that you have to get this far into the game before you can do it, and it's in a very random place where you don't really ever have to go back there. Yeah. Alright, Gekomon, let's shoot some thunder at you. In general, I'm going to be using Thunder Gemini and everything now, because it's going to hit a lot harder than Thunderbolt will. I'm even debating, but whether or not to just stick with Cubimon until I get like high enough to load my other techniques across. Like Thunderbolt and Ice Blow would be really nice to have on Stingmon, for example, who's got a bit more speed and a bit more bulk. Because I do want to level up Stingmon, because Stingmon gives us some good Digivolution paths. Angemon's alright. Like, I definitely know you can get some good Digi-evolutions with Angemon. I just haven't decided when I want to train Angemon up yet. But yeah. Little Demi-Digimon here. No problem. The good thing about a lot of the graveyard Digimon as well is they tend to have like lower health than most of them. But yeah. We're going to make our way through Phoenix Bay now. How much bit have we got? 1,900. I might buy some life discs. Just because of how bad that went with Gessamon. Just to be safe, I think maybe I might just buy 3 life discs and then we can continue on from there. I mean, I could buy some healing items as well. I don't know. I'm definitely going to buy the life discs at least. How are we doing on... See, I'm fine on MP and HP, so I'm not going to bother going to using money at the end. But I do think life discs are going to be very helpful for us going forward. I can buy 3 right now, so I'll get 3 life discs. I want to buy a bunch of power chargers, because they're going to help me out going forward. I don't think there's really anything else I want. No. I'll save the rest of the bit for now. Like I say, we are starting to make a bit more money. Just keep moving forward. I think I will, however, switch to using... Until we go to underwater. Like, once I get through this last part of the south sector, when I go underwater, I'll use Renamon. But while I'm above water, I'm going to use Agumon for a little bit longer. Right. Let's just see if we can find an 8-mon. I'm really determined. Come on, 8-mon. Yes! First encounter. Please just give us it so we can get this out of the way. Picking Claw. Here we go. Give us an item. just want that wind power. That's all I want, Hitmon. And I'll leave you alone. Thank you. I will leave you alone now forever. Why couldn't I have that last part? But good. We got the item we want. Let's just get rid of this Hitmon. Good. And again. So with Wind Power 1, I'm going to give that immediately to Agumon. Why? Well, Ice isn't going to be especially useful for this next part of the game. So I figure... let's go for the Wind Power. For the time being. I can't think of Ice being useful for the moment. Firepower, I'm happy with. Water power. Do we have a better one? Bolt power, maybe? Yeah, I'm gonna go bolt power for the time being. So no matter what, Renamon's always gonna be attacking with electric damage. Yeah, that feels good to me. I mean, I could. Well, okay. Let's go for a moment. Oh, hello. Wait. Hello. Hey, kid. Do you know about the legendary gym? If you go there, your Digimon will get really strong. My Digimon train there. They'll be invincible. Cool. Good to see you, Keith. All right. Now we could go up those stairs, but the Digimon there are quite difficult to fight right now, so I wouldn't recommend it. Save that area for later in the game, is my recommendation. It's there as like a, if you really want to do it, you can, but I recommend go back to it later. I'm going to see if this guy wants to fight me. And put Renamon in the lead here, because I believe this trainer uses water type Digimon. Hey, Flit, and got out of work. Let's Digimon battle that way. I can soften. Yeah. All right, fight. Yep, he's a water Digimon trainer. We got Crapmon. They're all going to be Thunder Gemini'd. Now, what's this do? I feel like Crapmon's one of those Digimon no one really talks about, but I always like his little design. He's like a metal sort of crap. Gizamon. And they're switching immediately. Why are you switching? Geckomon. No! Okay, we've got to get rid of that guy. I don't want to deal with Geckomon. None of your confused gas nonsense. No! Oh, I was hoping to knock him out before he'd get back up. Like I say, I could have come here and fought this guy earlier, but I kind of wanted to just wait until I was coming here. And I'm confused. Great. Confess. Good. That is an attack. Get that Geckomon out of here. I do love the confusion music. For how annoying of a stats ailment it is, I do like it. Okay, I'm getting really lucky with this. Like I say, the attacks all change to these random things. The problem is my physical attack isn't very good on Renamon, and I can't switch out. So basically just have to hope for the best luck here. Or that our Digimon gets knocked out, which is probably what's going to happen. Renamon confessing. Yeah, Renamon's going to get knocked out here. Okay, fine. Right, what level are you? 35, you're 35, and you're 39. Alright, Growlmon. Let's get rid of this Gizamon right now. Fight! Are you kidding me? Alright, well this guy's Gizamon came here to fight. Bit of a difference from his other two that went down really quickly. Oh, yeah, wow, this is really bulky compared to his other two. A little nuisance. I think he's supposed to be like a little frog sort of creature. I never really put together what Gizamon is exactly. Like, he's got like a spike on his back, but he's like got like little like frog legs. It's a really weird design. Yeah, either way, he's getting on my nerves. Come on. Come on, Agumon, take him down. Damn. Level 40! Agumon's level 17, and we got Growlmon! Nice! That's a great evolution to get. Alright. So, honestly, I think what I'm going to do with Agumon, because I believe at level 5 we get Pick and Claw on Growlmon. So, honestly, I'm going to just start training Growlmon up immediately. Right. Now, since we've only just been to the inn, I'm going to just use up some power charges to heal up here. So I don't have to go back and heal again. But Agumon got a level up at least, which is nice. We got a decent amount of bit there. Beat this tamer. And oh look, we have a gym. With Garudamon, the ultimate form of Biomon. Let's see, 5, 10, 50, good. Renamon, I want to work on defense. I think Renamon's defense could do with a bit of work here. We have been taking a lot of bad physical damage recently, so I kind of want to work a bit on getting Renamon to take hits better. Like, Renamon will hit hard and has okay speed, so really I need to focus on getting Renamon to not just fall apart from every Digimon. Because like I said, these Digimon coming up will hit hard. Right. This place also opens up the Dark Tolerance training, which will be important in a second. I'm just going to work on training up Monmon's... I'm going to do 5 in defense and 5 in speed for Monmon. I need to make sure Monmon can take a hit a little bit as well. Oh, well, he got some. 237's not bad. Wait, hang on. I know defense would be helpful, but I also want to get some speed going. Come on, Monmon, go! I feel bad because it's an hour and a half in and I still haven't got to the west sector, but it's just how it is in this part of the game. Like, I've just had to do a little bit of back and forth. But we are going to the west sector in a moment. Alright. I'm going to train 3 strats here. I'm going to do 5 in speed, 5 in dark tolerance, and then 5 in defense, maybe? Mind you, I do need dark tolerance up a bit more. The dark tolerance is specifically for a new form. You know what? I'm going to do all in on dark tolerance, actually. But we're going to do 2 lots of 5, because if I do 10 and it messes up, then it's going to be a waste of time. The point of doing this is Agumon gets a really good ultimate form when his dark tolerance is high enough. So that's why I want to work on this right now. We do lose a little bit in spirit, which isn't the end of the world, considering Agumon's a bit of a mixed attacker. It's only a big deal for when we're Greymon and using our fire technique. But we'll build it back up. 20. Nice. I think it's 150 you need, or it's 180. It's one or the other. It's a pretty high number though. We need dark tolerance up, so that's why I'm working on this now. 7, 14, 22. 34, I believe that is. Yeah, that's nice. Good job, Agumon. That was a pretty good training session. Alright. So now with Renamon in the lead, let's go into water. And this will take us to the west sector. Yeah, if you want to go to the west sector, you need to go from either Plug K in the east sector, or you need to go from South Cape in the South Sector. Either one of these will take you there. I'm not completely certain, but I believe this pathway is more likely to be Dolphmons than Gessamon, because they don't want you fighting Gessamon so soon in the game. But I think there is a small chance of Gessamon showing up here, so just be careful. My best advice is just get yourself going through underwater as fast as you can. If you're confident you can beat Gessamon, then great, go for it, but they can be dangerous, so I wouldn't recommend messing around too much with them. Dolphmon. Like I say, Dolphmon, they hit okay. Like, they're pretty fast and they hit for decent damage, but they're by no means super strong Digimon. And they have one technique, which is a weak water technique move. But your best bet against them is going for special thunder attacks, or just your strongest physical attacks that you've got. They're not too bad though. I've never really had a big deal with Dolphmon. Once I've understood armor and things. There we go. I love the underwater music though. I like they put a sonar into the music. I mean, that's really clever. There's also something I really like about this game is it feels more like a real world, because you actually have to travel underwater. They don't just make it so it's like a cutscene or it's like a little animated thing as you go under. Like, you actually play traveling through the water, and I really like that. Alright. Thunder Gemini, go Renamon. I know Renamon doesn't seem to be like doing amazing right now, but we're very close to getting Renamon's weapon, which will help boost her damage up a bit further. But she's helpful for these Dolphmon. I say as I miss. Now here's Divine Rain. This is the technique Dolphmon has. So their physical attack is the bigger threat. Divine Rain's more of just a... if your Digimon have low wisdom, you might take a bit more, but Renamon's wisdom's pretty strong. Yeah. There's nothing, I don't believe, unless someone wants to correct me on this, that I don't think Dolphmon has any special items. Just to warn you as well, with how the encounters work underwater, even if you're not moving and you're just hanging around in one space, you're still possible to encounter Digimon that way. So you do want to like keep on the move. Like, it won't do anything if I just float up, but as soon as I press a direction, it counts as a step while you're underwater. But yeah. We're nearly there, just gotta get through this last room now. And whenever you get to one of these areas, you want to just press X, and it'll take you up. And here at last we are, at the South Badland in the West Sector. So the West Sector goes for a very desert theme. There's Magnarangemon over there, which we are not going to fight right now. I want to be ready for that battle. Then I'm more prepared. I'm going to at least save before I go off for that fight. And here's our first enemy of the West Sector, Ogremon. They hit a lot harder than the Goburimons that we fought earlier in the game. The wisdom's a bit lower than their physical defense, but they hit very hard. Like, their physical attack is quite strong. I don't believe they have anything special that they drop. One thing to note though, with a lot of the Digimon in the Badlands areas, is they do typically have a bit of a fire weakness, which I'm actually going to just show here. There's only, I believe there's 2 Digimon, Ogremon and I think Etamon is the other Digimon in this area. With Ogremon being the harder hitting enemy, but they're a lot easier to defeat because the Etamon have a healing technique that can make them really annoying to fight. Okay, no, maybe they're not. I think I'm thinking of just Etamon then. I think Etamon's the one that's just really weak to fire. But yeah, your best bet with Ogremon is just either a really good physical attack, really good special attack, or just being able to hit fast and hard. It can be a bit of an annoyance, but they're not atrocious to fight. I don't remember a lot about Ogremon, I will admit. They're not really the encounter that I bump into much here. Good Lord, Thunderbolt, nice. 17, nice. 22, nice. But yeah. Nothing particularly amazing about Ogremon though. As you'll find with the West Sector, most of the gimmick is just the enemies just hit really hard now. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay. Let me have a look at my powers and things. So, which one have you got? I'm going to change the Bolt power now. Water, Ice, or Dark? Water. You know, I'm feeling like... I'm going to put Ice power back on Renamon for now. Munmon has the Fire power, that's fine. And Agumon has the Wind power. Yeah, I'm alright with that for now. So, we've trained up a little bit with Renamon. I'm going to put Agumon in the lead here. Just while I train up my new form with him. But yeah, so the South Badlands, nothing really big here. Oh, except for Nick, hello. This West Sector is suspicious. It's you again, please don't get in my way. Yeah, so there's a lot of little pathways and things, but yeah, I don't want to spend too long in the Badlands, because it's, like I say, the Ogremon can hit quite hard. I thought there was an item around here somewhere. I might be thinking of a different area though. Let's have a little wander around. Is it up here? I thought there was a chest or something. But I think this just takes you to where Magnarangemon is. Which I would fight, but I don't really trust how well it'll go. The gimmick with Magnarangemon is he has a technique that can one-shot you. Like, regardless of your defenses, he has a technique that has a chance of just instantly killing you. I don't remember his elemental weaknesses or anything, so I kind of want to train up a bit before then, considering how bad the War Growlmon fight went. But yeah. This is Etamon, by the way. He doesn't hit super hard compared to the Ogremon. The problem with Etamon is he has a really annoying healing technique called Small Heal. Don't let that trick you. This gives a lot of health back. And by a lot, I mean like all. But the thing with Etamon, you actually want to fight them. And the reason you want to fight Etamon is they have a chance of dropping Supercharge, which is amazing if you can get them from them. Like I said, they don't hit as hard, so you can at least get around that. But you do want to be a bit careful because they can whittle you down with constantly healing themselves back up. The most annoying thing about fighting Etamon is they'll do this a lot. Really, I should have done this with Greymon, but I'm trying to get some mix. I need some level ups on War Growlmon just to get the Picking Claw technique. So just bear with me a second here while I just keep punching this Etamon here. I do think it's a shame that for such a big Digimon like Etamon in the TV show, I mean, they give you the guy who's in an Etamon suit, which is cool, but like, I kind of wish that we saw a bit more, oh my god, a bit more like techniques with him in this than just healing himself. I don't know, I feel like he should be a boss battle or something. I mean, this feels like a boss battle right now. But yeah, I do recommend, I might actually just switch to my other form, because it'll take it forever. I'm going to Digivolve and I'm going to heal after. Just see if my fire technique could do a bit more to him. Also, once I got War Growlmon to 5, I think I'm actually going to switch back to training Greymon up, just to get my techniques loaded. So I could do with some fire techniques being transferred across to War Growlmon while I'm training him up. Alright, triple fire. As you can see here, a lot more damage than my physical attack was doing. This is where I also want to bring up how good multiple hitting moves are in this game. anything that can hit multiple times, I'd really recommend, because like triple fire here, since it hits 3 times, even if they block 1 attack, I can still get a lot of damage out since he's so weak to fire. Which is good, and it makes sense that he's weak to fire, because the show he got defeated by Metal Greymon. But yeah. But they can drop supercharges, so despite how annoying that looked, it's still kind of worth fighting. No, I'm not risking it. I know I'm right here, but I think I'm just scared of how strong he could be. Just show you on the map quickly. So this is the South Badland, and yeah, so we've been all around the south and the east sector here, and we now have access to all of this west sector, which, as you can see here, is pretty much all desert. It's like desert and Badlands. But I really like the music in the Badlands, and I really like it makes the west sector feel more like ominous and dangerous, because it's all in this like sandy area. But yeah. So this is Noise Desert, which is actually our next location. We want to go through here, but before then, I want to make my way to the nearest inn, which isn't in a town in this place. We want to go up and around rather than going straight forward. Alright, is it wind power I have? Yes, it is. Dokugumon. Dokugumon here, they have quite a bit more defense than the older ones had. They still do the same thing of trying to poison you, but they have a wind weakness, so take advantage of that with any wind powers that you have. That's why I really wanted to get the wind power before coming to the west sector, because the west sector Digimon are quite a bit higher level than the south and east sector, so any elemental weaknesses they have can really help you in a pinch. And wind power is one I wanted to deal with these annoying spider enemies, because right now I don't have any strong physical techniques to take them down, so I figured this is the best way to deal with them. But yeah. Okay. So we want to go up here, down this little desert path here, and we're going to take the northern path here to the Pelch Oasis, because this is where we can heal up. Because there's actually a Gardramon for saving and a Gatomon for healing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save my game here. And then I'm going to attempt the Magnarangemon fight and just wing it, basically. I don't really know what element he's weak to, so I'll just take a gamble that it might be like Thunder or like... I mean, he's a flying Digimon, so maybe he's weak to... Or like a heavenly Digimon, so I might try like Dark or like Thunder or something. But my general plan is just going to be use War Growlmon on Agumon, Hookmon on Monmon, and then Renamon I'm probably just going to use for healing, because the thing with Magnarangemon is he has a really high Wisdom and Spirit stat, so you want to hit him on the physical side. But yeah, I couldn't tell you what element he's weak to, because I generally don't remember. But it's fine. We'll go for it, we'll see how it goes. I've saved now anyway, so even if I get defeated here, I'll just return back to the Oasis, which is fine, because that's right next to where we need to go for the story anyway. But I need to go back to the Badlands to go fight this Magnarangemon. And I want to do it now, just to get it out of the way. Plus I figure 2 big boss battles this part kind of makes it worthwhile, all the pathways we've had to take to get here. Ah, Airdramon. Okay. This is a weird Digimon to fight, because Airdramon are speedy, they have an annoying wind technique, and they're not very... It's not very obvious what their weakness would be. I'm trying to remember which Digimon has... Monmon has the fire, you have the wind. Did I give it to Cubimon? I may have given it to Cubimon. Okay, I'm going to go for Cubimon, because I believe Airdramon is actually weak to Dark of all the elements. Yeah. So I'm gonna go for Cubimon because Cubimon has the best wisdom of all my Digimon to take these wind attacks. Okay. Start with the ice technique and go from there. Like, I always struggle with Airdramon. I never remember much about what they're weak to or strong against, but for some reason Dark was an element that they're really weak to. Yeah, look at that, 91, we barely did anything. I'll try Thunder Gemini next, see if that does more. Well, actually, I'll try my physical attack first. I need to check what thing I have equipped. Ice, okay. Like I say, Aidramon's a weird Digimon. Their physical attack, I think, is a bit weaker than their Mega Tornado is. It's similar. Yeah, it's fine. Let's try Thunder Gemini, see if this does any more. So far, I'm really not doing much to Airdramon. The only good thing with Airdramon is they don't have like a massive HP stat, but yeah, they're just really annoying to fight because for some reason they just feel like they're really bulky and their weakness is not very easy to exploit. Okay, fine. And we'll switch to... Yeah, I'll switch to... Yeah, sure. I'll use Wall Growlmon. I don't want to lose Renamon, and I don't want to waste the blast gauge that's building up. And Wall Growlmon's the fastest evolution I've got for Agumon. You know what? While I'm fighting this Digimon, let me double check. So I should be fine against the Digimon. There we go. Level 3. Level 36. Oh, we got a Magician Rod. We got the lucky drop. I genuinely forgot that was what Airdramon can have a chance of dropping. A Magician Rod. That's good. Is he? Yeah, he's weak to Dark, of all things. And he has a lower Wisdom. So, yeah. Really random. Wait, what am I doing? No, it wasn't the power, it was the wand I wanted to change. Yeah, look at that. Like, the thing with the Magician Rod is... It has exactly one less than the old wand has for power in our spirit. But it gives a significant physical boost and a significant boost to... it gives a little boost to our charisma, which gives our crit more chance to crit. Honestly, I think it's better. I think that's actually better to have than the old rod. Like, the old wand gives us one more power, and I think it's not worth it really compared to the boosting crit and physical damage. Which I know physical damage doesn't seem like it's that important for Renamon, but there will be times where I want to do a physical attack. Alright. Just give me a second here. Alright, Magnarangemon, here we go. They have... I'm just looking at the bestiary here, which is like the... like an online guide for different Digimons over in general. It's only in numbers, like 1 to 5. But according to this, it has 1 strength, so its physical attack is pretty weak. 3 defense, 5 wisdom, 4 spirit, and 2 speed. So it's not super fast, but it has a lot of... it will take special attacks really well. So, in other words, I don't really want to use Renamon in this fight. As for the elements that it's weak to... just don't use Dark. It looks like it's neutral to everything except for Dark, which it has 3 in, like a level 3 defense to, compared to 2 fire, 2 water, 2 ice, 2 wind, 2 thunder, 2 machine. So yeah, I'm gonna go for physical attacks, and who better than Agumon for my physical attacks? I don't know about wind though. Like, let's see if there's a power that gives us a little more boost than wind. I'm gonna go Bolt, actually. Bolt power for Agumon. I'm fine with fire on Munmon. Renamon has ice. Now, I know this is weird, I've just said about Dark, but I kind of want Dark for the annoying Airdramons, so at least Renamon could fight Airdramon. Right. Let's take you on, Magna-Andramon. Never mind, let's fight a random Digimon before then. Ugh, Etamon. Okay. I'm going to Digivolve straight to Greymon. I'm not having that long battle happen again. Who knows, I might build up my blast gauge a bit during this fight. I just don't want to, like, build it too high up. There we go, we are now Greymon. Etamon gets his attack. I always figured his attack was, like, in the anime when he throws banana peels, but it just looks like it's a little bit of a punch that he flings at you. But yeah. Alright, triple fire. Go, triple fire! Ooh, all 3 hits. Nice. Yeah, Etamon's a bit annoying, but if you have a good fire technique like Greymon has, they're not too bad. They're definitely better to fight than Ogremon, because Ogremon are... even though Ogremon can't heal like Etamon can, Ogremon hit twice as hard, so you do want to watch out for them. Nice! Good job, good job, Greymon. Let's see where we're at there. 23 on Greymon. Cool. Now then. I know I could go for a fire technique, but there's really no point, because it's a special attack. I'm going to just quickly heal up Greymon from that fight, and then talk to Magna-Andramon and start the boss fight. Oh, what is it? Can I help you? Hey Magna-Andramon, I have a favor to ask. Can I get the Patamon DDNA from you? From you, DDNA? You, DDNA. I'm sorry, but that is not something so easily given. If you can defeat me, then I will consider it. Alright. Magna-Andramon. Probably the scariest of all of these ultimates to fight. The reason is Magna-Andramon has a technique called Gate of Destiny that has a pretty high chance of instantly defeating your Digimon. And it is a pain when it happens. So my best recommendation is bring plenty of life discs to this fight and just hope for the best. Who's faster? See, poison's not very good on them, but 63. Yeah, there is a accessory I could have bought for this, but I'm gonna go Renamon right now. Just go for my physical attack and hope for the best here. I'll show off the dark attribute. Yeah, see, it has more dark defense. This is what you want. You want Magna-Andramon to go for a physical attack, because it's not as strong as its other moves. Gate of Destiny you don't want to see. The only good thing is that the enemy Digimon in these fights do have MP, so they can run out eventually. But this is what I hate. I hate this technique because it's such a cheap move. When you use it, it's not guaranteed to kill. When they use it, it seems to always get the OK, the one-hit kill attribute. Who's faster? No, Hulkbot's way faster. I am holding down, hoping to God they don't get an attack in here. Good. Item. We have 4 life discs. I made sure I'm ready for this. Aside from a good strategy for taking on Magna-Andramon. Yeah, you want the physical attack though, because his physical attack isn't the problem. It's that stupid Gate of Destiny technique they have. Let's see if this does any more. Like I say, there's really no element that does a lot to him. Like, he's bulky, he hits with the he has a special attack that can insta-kill, and he likes to go for it a lot. I'm going to go for Big Shot. I'm going to hope for the best with Big Shot. see, it's really nothing. Like 200, it seems like it is, but he has so much health. This damn Digimon is so annoying to fight. Alright. 202. I'm hoping that I can at least build up my blast gauge on all my Digimon and go for like different blast attacks. And there's no point in me really healing, because if I heal up and then they use Gate of Destiny, then I've just lost my Digimon for nothing. So my strategy instead is just going to be I'm going to just keep attacking until the Digimon falls, and then when I'm on to my last Digimon, quickly go into the fastest Digimon I've got and hope to get a life disc off. It's not a great strategy, but it's all I've got. So I'm going to go Wall Growlmon here. Just deal some damage before the Gate of Destiny me. Come on, Agumon. See, Bolt Power, does that do much? A bit better. So Thunder seems to be okay against him, but the problem is he has such high wisdom, it'll take forever to knock him out with like a special attack. Yeah, the best technique, the best advice I can really give is just get the accessory that makes you more resistant to one-hit kill moves. And spoiler alert, this will not be the last time we fight an annoying boss with a one-hit kill move in the West Sector. Like, I don't know what determines it, but it just seems to always get the one-shot. Let's see, who's the fastest? 66. Stingmon is the fastest Digimon. On Renamon. So I guess we're going Stingmon. Again, I'm holding down, just hoping that I get my life disc off. I gotta make sure I definitely get that. I click the right thing, because I do not want to die here. Come on, give us a physical attack. Good. We might actually blast with Renamon here. Which would be nice. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm just going straight for the technique. Alright, Magdarangemon. I think we'll turn into Daomon. Yeah, Daomon. Which, you know, the technique here is... It's weird, because this technique we're going to use, really strong against Ghoul Digimon, but it's a physical attack, which is really nice for us, actually. This is the first time being physical is good for this attack. This might help us defeat this Magdarangemon. Yeah! 200 damage, good enough. 239. Oh, thank God. That fight can be a nightmare with all the one-shots that they get. Okay, no level up, no level up. At least that War Growlmon got to level 4. One more level and then I'll start working on these. I'll go back to training Greymon up until we get more techniques. Yeah, I won! Oh, alright, take it with you. Yeah, I got the Patamon DDNA. Thanks, Magdarangemon. What do you have to say? I can only give one digital DNA. Please use it carefully. Well, alright then. Alright, now I want to make my way back through to the Oasis so we can heal and save. Did we get a lot of bit for that? We did actually. Yes. Now obviously the inn in the West Sector will cost more than the South or East Sector, but because we need to progress the story in the West Sector, I don't think it's a big deal to come here and heal. I'm going to heal and save, and then I think I'm going to just go on with the story. Alright, Digimon. Round 2, I guess. I want to test Renamon, actually, in this fight. Go for... I want to go for... Tell you what. I'll go for Stingmon for a moment. Try out that dark... See if the dark element makes a massive difference to Digimon here. Attack! Yeah, I'd definitely say Digimon is the more annoying Digimon to bump into in the Noise Desert. Whereas Dokugumon's not so bad. Does this make a difference? Not really. Yeah, so it really wasn't worth the dark element as much as I thought. Oh, Monmon, Hukuniken. Oh, of course, yeah, I'll be Pyoldramon, won't I? Yeah, why not? You know what? Sure. I don't like fighting Digimon, they're annoying. Let's do a D and a Digivolve here. Let's get everyone involved in this fight. It doesn't matter anyway, because I'm going to be going to the Oasis anyway after this. Let's hope this does a bit more damage to him. I always liked Pyldramon. I always thought it was a really cool Digimon. Like, the fusion of XVmon and Stingmon. It's a cool idea. Nice, good job, Renamon. Nope. Level 2. Nope. That's fine. Let's keep going up. And go back to the Oasis to heal. I'm going to go to the Oasis, I'm going to heal, save, and then I'm going to make my way back through the desert again. But this time I'm going to go to where we need to actually go for the story. Dokugumon. Actually, that's good for us. Yes. Fight. Ooh, that was really good damage. Goes to show Greymon's getting stronger. Agumon's getting stronger, rather. 2 of those should take out Dokugumon, no problem. Hiya! Oh, come on. Was that a crit? I guess I got a critical hit, first hit then. Yeah, the one you want to bump into is Dokugumon. They're way weaker. The only thing you have to watch out for is that poison, which, at least in this game, poison disappears after a fight. So you don't have to worry about taking damage in the overworld. So for Pokemon, could do with. There we go, we got Picking Claw on Wargrowlmon. I have now effectively used Wargrowlmon for the time being until I need Picking Claw. It's not me saying Wargrowlmon's not good, it's that Wargrowlmon's techniques aren't very strong. So I kind of want to keep using Greymon for a bit now to get Greymon some techniques. Plus, Greymon gets an evolution at level 50 that I really want to get. So, whereas Wargrowlmon gets one at level 99. And I ain't going to do that. So, you're going to be seeing a lot of Greymon. But you'll see Wargrowlmon whenever I need to do... whenever I need Picking Claw, I'll go to Wargrowlmon. But for the basic battles with Agumon, we're still going to be using Greymon for a while. Like I say, the weird thing about the Guilmon line, with like Guilmon, Growlmon, Wargrowlmon, is they get a lot of supportive techniques, like Picking Claw for stealing items, the guard and power boosting moves that help your team out as well. It's really weird, but I don't mind it, because they get some really good ones when they get to the Mega Form that boost your speed, which can really turn the tide of a match. But yeah. But I feel good about this. I feel like it took a bit to get to the west sector. But my Digimon are catching up in levels. We're already at level 17, around that range. And they all feel like they do decent enough damage to the Digimon here that I'm not falling behind too far. But yeah. Alright. Oh, actually, I'm going to change up. Just while I'm in the desert, in case anything happens here. I'm going to unequip this for a second. I'm going to give Renamon the... Instead of the Dark Power, I'm going to go... I'm going to go for the Bolt Power for now. Firepower, I'll keep on Hookmon because I like that. And Agumon is going to have the Dark Power for the time being. Just specifically for if we bump into Airdramon. Not that it was like a big deal when I used it on Renamon, but Agumon has more strength, so I'm hoping it'll make more of a difference. I'm hoping I don't bump into another Airdramon, but we'll see. So yeah, we want to come up here. Oh, hey, it's Numamon! One of my favourite Digimon. I love Numamon. Are you going to Bayako City? Yeah, that's the plan. You better not. Huh? What? Why not? Just go back from here, okay? Hey, wait. He's gone. But what's up with the Bayako City thing? So, rather than take the advice of that friendly little Numamon, we're gonna go in to Bayako City. This morbid, gloomy music. Oh look, it's the armory? We've got no weapons to sell you. We're busy right now. Go away. Okay. What about the in-front desk? This is the front desk. But you can't stay here. Go away. Save officer? I'm sorry you can't save here. If you want to save, please go elsewhere. Well, alright. What about you? Digimon officer? Switch Digimon. Sorry, we can't do that right now. Well, what a useful city this is. Yeah, so these guys here won't let you use any of the services. Very strange. I guess all we can do is go into the Bayako Dome. Hey, looks like another strong one is here again. Hey kid, you challenging the leader? I'm gonna bet 100 bit on you. There's more players in this city, but it's only your imagination that you can't see them. Oh, he's just a kid. That's no challenge. We go up here. Oh, you must be the new challenger. Please come inside. The Bayako leader is waiting for you. Okay. Go and see the leader. He's been waiting for you. Well, alright then. Let's go to the leader. Hey, we've all been waiting for you. Hurry and go fight with our leader. Hey, Bayako leader is waiting for you. Well, alright then. Alright, to the leader. Welcome, challenger. Let's battle. Oh, wait a sec. First, I've got a question. First, we fight. If you win, I'll tell you all I know. Okay, there's no way I'm going to lose. Alright, Bayako leader time. So, he's got two Digimon here. Numamon and Numamon. Yeah, he uses the same Digimon twice. They're exactly the same stats. Numamon are very high defense Digimon, but their wisdom's quite low. So target that and go for special attacks. I don't know about elemental weaknesses necessarily for Numamon, but yeah, they're quite physically bulky. In general, they're quite defensive, but they always use dark. These Numamon here use a dark technique. So if you have dark tolerance quite high, you'll make it through this fight. They do have quite high evasion though, so that's sort of the biggest threat with these Numamon. But there's nothing much to this fight. It's just he'll constantly switch around. He'll attack you once in a blue moon, and that's about it. Kind of a bit of a breeze. The only hard thing can be if your Digimon take a lot of damage from the dark technique. But this is the problem. I tend to have this happen a lot, where he just keeps switching between the Numamon, which makes this a bit of a weird fight for me. But like I say, go for your strongest techniques, and you should be all right. But the problem with them is they have quite high speed, surprisingly, so they're likely to evade your attacks. I'm actually shocked how much switching he's doing right now. He's not really going for any attacks. It's like he's scared of my Greymon. Not bad. Alright, here we go. Boop. What better way for a Numamon to attack than with a bit of poop? As you can see there, they do hit quite hard, even with all my dark tolerance training. But that's all they do. They don't have any other techniques to help them out. So this really does just come down to who can deal more damage and who can take more hits, which you should be able to. Just bring a few healing items to this fight, you should be alright. Yeah. I do love Numamon. Like, the animation for Numamon is superb. I love how, like, when he's tired, Like his whole body just like droops to the ground and like uses his tongue to block attacks, and he poops to attack. Like they did everything to make this Digimon come to life. Like I just love the little goofy slime guy. Like I think this is just how you make a little slime character so memorable. Like give him a cute little face and like big googly eyes and a big tongue. Like he's silly looking. I love him. And I love that every time he comes out, he like licks the top of his teeth and like his eyes google all over the place. There's so much personality to this Digimon. I love Numemon. I might be mistaken about. I really thought he was like. I might try physical attack in a second just to see, but I always thought he had low wisdom, like low defense, yeah, high defense, low wisdom. I might be thinking of other Numemon though. Either that or just has high fire tolerance and I'm wasting my time. Let's see. How does Dark do on him? Yeah, not much. Yeah, so pretty resilient. That's fine. Yeah, he did 420 damage, I like that. Okay, how many... I'm gonna use my last supercharge here. Because I can buy more when I go back to a super city. Just as a heads up, this is the next checkpoint for when the auction will start again. So as soon as you've done this fight, you want to make your way back to the super city. Which is what we'll be doing once we get through this. But I'm just going to keep using triple fire because it's doing alright so far. It's just annoying when Numemon keep blocking your attack. Also, one of my favourite death animations here. I love that. Alright, last Numemon. Yeah, this is taking a while. I might switch to... You know what? I'm going to switch over to Monmon. Just to deal some more physical damage. Some stronger physical damage. Because my technique is not doing as much damage as I would like. And I don't really want to waste the blast gauge. I feel like I should save the blast gauge. If I can help it. I don't really want to use it on a Numemon. Let's see how much this does. Nah, okay. Yeah, like I said, Numemon just don't do a lot. There are more threatening Numemons later in the game. This one's just a bit of an annoying poop-slinging Digimon. The biggest problem is just Dark Tolerance is kind of an awkward one to get resilience to in this game. Yeah, let's try Big Shot. Ooh, that was a good hit. Can we get another one? Nope. That's fine. Stop slinging your poop. Alright, I don't want to lose. Honestly, yeah, I think I'm just going to do another DNA Digivolve. Since Agumon has more health, I may as well just go back to Greymon here. Deal some damage, switch around. Feels like the better move here, rather than staying in and losing Monmon. I hope I don't blast before the end of this fight. Like, come on, finish him off. Yeah, nice. Down he goes. But yeah, it's an easy battle. You just gotta have a few healing items. And you'll get through it. The Numemon also don't have anything to steal, as far as I know, so I wouldn't bother trying to pick and claw them. But yeah. Oh, ha, ha, you're strong. I like you. Okay then. So what about this guy called Lucky Mouse? Hold on a minute. The Byakko badge is in that room. I'll listen to you after you get it. Okay, I'll be right back. So wait here. It's definitely not a trap or anything like that. Alright, so this is the storage room. This looks safe. Huh? That's weird. There isn't any badge here. What the? I don't understand how a room could be designed like this. Whoa, what's going on? Also, I think this is the first time we've had this music track called Crisis, and I really like it. It's quite a tense music piece. You'll hear it quite a few times in the game. But yeah, really cool music piece there. Go! Oh, where am I? Oh yeah, I fell into the basement. Okay, I need to find a way out of here. Alright. Let's see what's in the underground cave. Thankfully there's no Digimon in this place, so you don't have to worry about any of that. Sorry, you can't pass through. We've captured you, ha 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 ha. Go downstairs and stay quiet with everyone else. What? No one's there? Don't lie to me. No one can escape from this underground cave. Alright then. So I guess we're a prisoner now. Let's see what's over here. It's that Numemon again. Hmm? What's blocking the hole? A big rock? I'm the rock. Whoa, what? I told you, Bayako City is dangerous. You did not say dangerous, actually. Hey, you're that Numemon. That's right, I'll help you, so come on. So he'll take us out to Bullet Valley. We should be fine here. Hey, thanks. But what is it with the people of Bayaka City? Their leader lied and dropped me into the basement. The leader and everyone else are all fakes. What? Then who are those guys? That doesn't concern you. If you want to meet the real leader, then go to the Mobius Desert. He's in the Mirage Tower beyond the desert. Hey, hold on, what's going on? I can't tell you anything more. Don't go near Bayako City anymore. Oh, alright, see ya. Alright then, let's go and meet that leader for real. Alright. Now what I want to do here is, I actually want to set War Growlmon back while I'm in my way back. Just in the off chance we bump into any wild Digimon. Because there's some specific good items we can get from one Digimon here is super important to try and steal from. But before that, I'm going to just heal everyone up fully. Let's get everyone all topped up. So, alright. Now, the next auction has now opened up for us. So what I want to do, before I go anything else in the game, is you want to start making our way back towards Super City. Which I know is really annoying, but believe me, you want to do this right now. So we're now in the North Badland, which is just past where the Oasis was. And here is the most important Digimon in the entire game. This is Tuskmon. And Tuskmon has the most infamous item in Digimon World 2003. And Digimon World 3 for that matter. If we're lucky enough... Nope. We can get a Counter Crest, which is an accessory that lets you counter-attack any physical attack you take in this game. But it has to be like the normal attack. And it is the most powerful accessory in this entire game. Yes, we got one. So, why is it so important to counter-attack? Well, this is a game where Digimon will start to do massive damage in no time. Like, the Digimon we fight will start getting a lot stronger as we go through. So, yeah, you want to make sure that you get this item while you're here. Tuskmon are the only Digimon that give you this item. And the difference between this version and Digimon World 3, the American version, is in this version of the game, the Counter Crest acts sometimes when it's equipped. In the American version, it goes off every single time you get physically attacked, which basically makes the American version way easier. And I will say right now, the Counter Crest is the accessory I recommend equipping to all your Digimon. It will make every single boss fight of this game much easier, because you'll notice that all these big scary attacks they do to you, you can now deal back to them. And it basically gives you like a form of defense against some of the big threats in this game. And while I know some people think it kills all difficulty to this game because it's effectively you can just counterattack every Digimon and win that way, but you just still have to be careful, because like I said, speed means they could get 2 attacks in and all that. But I will be getting counter crests from Tuskmon whenever I can. Just to answer that question, no, so the way Pick and Claw works, if you steal an item with Pick and Claw once, that is the only you can't get any more by Pick and Claw. But you have, I believe, if you use Pick and Claw and you get the item, and then you defeat the Digimon, they have a chance of dropping another copy of that item. I could be wrong about that, but I believe that's how it works. Okay, I'm going to go Ice, in case we don't get any more Tuskmon. And we're going to crit the Counter Crest, which is incredible. It absolutely will make a difference for the rest of the game now. At least for Agumon. But I plan on looking for 2 other Counter Crests. Even if I don't get them right now, I'll make sure I get them before the next part, because they're just that important. And I'd recommend any Digimon that you're going to use in this game to give the Counter Crest to, because it will really help you out. Like, I am not kidding when I say that the Counter Crest is that good of an item. Just to prove it, when we get into the next fight, you'll see how impactful it is. Who is it? Oh, look at that! Another Tuskmon. How perfect. Just outside of the Counter Crest, though, Tuskmon, they hit really hard, as you saw. They do about 700 odd damage to my Agumon. They're fairly fast, so you do want to be careful about that. But the thing with Tuskmon is they have a very big ice weakness. They're not a very high wisdom stat, so any special ice technique you get would be really good. They're also great to Pick and Claw against, because they have so much physical defense that your Pick and Claw is not going to do a lot, meaning you get more opportunities to possibly steal one from them. I say they're fast, but they're not like super fast. But I still would be careful around them. Like, these guys do hit very hard, but they only do a physical attack. They don't have any other special tricks to them. You can also fight Tuskmon in the central sector in Plug K, specifically. So, if you feel like the West Sector is a bit too much for you right now, you can go back to Central Park and save your game at Asuka City, and then go to the... It's in like the mountainous area of Plug K. You can find Tuskmon there. Specifically only in the mountainous area. And they have a chance of giving you counter crests. But yeah, the way Pick and Claw works though is that every time you hit an enemy with Pick and Claw, they have a chance of giving you the item that Digimon has. It's not guaranteed, unfortunately, so what I've got to do here is just keep using Pick and Claw and hope for the best. But yeah, and then when you've stolen one copy of the item, you can't get another until later. Oh, here we go. So you see there the counter attack? I did 500 because I did the same amount of damage as they did to me, and then it adds on any extra attack boost you get. So for example, since this Tuskmon's weak to ice, and I have the ice power, I did 553 instead. So absolutely, it can change the tide of any fight now. No, we didn't get any from that one. So yeah, so the big strategy with this game is get counter crest and then just keep healing your Digimon, which is fine, it works. And obviously you don't have to use it if you don't want to. But I like to do that, but I like to also still use the elemental weaknesses to help me through difficult fights, because it's all well and good if you can counterattack, but what do you do if a Digimon paralyzes you where you can't move, or what do you do if Digimon puts you to sleep, or you can't even counterattack when you're asleep? That's where it's really useful to have different elemental attacks to help with different situations, and that's why I went after the different accessories. Oh, we have a red Gaburimon. So Gaburimon actually has an item we can also steal. I don't think it's nowhere near as good as the Counter Crest, but it's not awful. They can give you, I think it's called the Naginata, which is a pretty powerful two-handed weapon. I believe they're weak to fire, but they're all attack, not low, but they don't have like massive defense, which is the good thing about them. So they're really not too bad to fight, just you gotta be careful of the big damage that they can do. I do also think, I kind of prefer the red colour to the green colour of this Digimon. I know Ogomon makes sense to be green, but I really like the red on the red Gaburimon. It looks like they're like sunburnt, which I think fits really well for this area. But yeah. I'm not getting any luck with this though. The only other thing with the Counter Crest is if you're trying to steal items, sometimes it can be a bad thing to have equipped, because obviously you might just knock the enemy out too fast with it. But that's another reason why I like this version of the game more, because it's not guaranteed. Good, we got the Naginata. I'm not going to go mad going for Naginatas though. I think they're not amazing. I don't even know if I can equip it to anyone, but I figured I might as well just show off what you can get from Gaburimon here while I'm fighting one. But yeah. But Tuskmon is the real star of this area that you want to bump into. There is another Digimon you can bump into here, which can give you a really useful accessory as well. So I would recommend this section of the west sector, just running around, fighting some Digimon, using thieving techniques. I want to see if... I want to just see if he can equip it. Can Mon equip it? Yes, he can. So we lose a bit of speed, but look at that attack boost we get. We go from 407 all the way up to 471 in exchange for some speed. I mean, I'll take that gladly. So yeah, Mon will be hitting quite hard now, which is good. Definitely want to restock up on healing items once I've bought the auction item though, because I am kind of worried, because the Digimon here are doing a lot of damage to us. But yeah, I think I got the item there. It's fine. I also wouldn't recommend fighting the card one yet until you're very confident in your abilities in this sector. Yeah, what I want to do now though is I'm going to set Greymon back for now. And basically make it so when I'm in an area where I really want to steal an item, I'll go for Wargrowlmon, but everywhere else I want to train up Greymon. Let's see. What level are you, Pokemon? 36, not bad at all. Okay, 36, 10, 1, okay. Now the thing you're going to see me doing a lot until I get more Counter Crests is I'm going to switch them around to each of my Digimon. So for now we'll keep the Machine Ring to Agumon, and I'll give Renamon the Counter Crest because we're going to be going underwater soon. I would also recommend the Counter Crest on the Digimon with the lowest amount of defense on your team, because the more damage you take with a Counter Crest equipped, the more damage you'll deal back. So it's actually better on Digimon that have low defenses rather than your really high defense ones. The speed stat can interrupt sometimes, because if your speed is too high, then the Counter Crest won't go off at all. However, that doesn't stop me from saying you should definitely still train speed, because of course you want to be able to keep up with the fast Digimon you'll be fighting later in the game. And speed is the most awkward stat to train up. In regards to, there's not a lot of like, there's only certain equipment and accessories and things that'll boost speed. So anytime you get opportunity at the gym, I recommend just getting a bit of speed training going. Yeah, well, I'm good with that. Which is why right now I'm just going to work on everyone's speed a moment, as best as I can. Come on, Mon. Yeah. At least Mon's... Like, the good thing about Mon is even the... I've kind of been neglecting them. Just the two-handed weapons are making them kind of the strongest member of our team. 175. Do I want to train up any more of that? I'm not sure yet on that. I think 175 is good. I think it's good enough because we blast Digivolved, so I think we've got the amount we need. I'm going to do a bit of machine tolerance training, actually. Because I know some of the next parts of the game are going to have some machine Digimon to fight. It also gives us a bit of HP as well. Yeah, this is the last tolerance that you can train up, though. As you can see, it's quite good, quite worth training up machine tolerance, because it gives you a bit of extra HP as well as machine tolerance defense. But yeah. Renamon's going to have a rough time with Metal Digimon. But funny enough, Renamon's actually going to be the secret weapon for Machine Digimon at the same time. It's really weird how that works out. What's in this box? 600 bit! Oh, that's really good. Alright. Who did we encounter up here? Oh, it's Etamon. Okay. Alright, I'm going to tag in Greymon. Because I don't like fighting Etamon without a way to knock him out reliably. Great. Oh, of course he blocks 2 of my 3 attacks. Still, 116 isn't bad. Yeah, the West Sector is quite a bit of a jump in regards to how strong the Digimon become. But even though it seems like, oh god, you're going to have to do loads of level grinding, honestly, if you just steal a few counter crests, you should be fine. And you'll notice you'll quickly catch up in levels after a bit. And there's quite a bit of running around in the West Sector itself, so you will get plenty of time to get your training up. Believe me, you'll be running around a lot in the next part that we have to go to. But yeah. No levels? No levels. Cool. But yeah, the West Sector I always think of as the best place for thieving. Because you've got... The Tuskmon have counter crests. You've got a Digimon we haven't encountered yet in the Badlands that can also give a good accessory. You've got the Najinatas from Goburimon, which is a pretty strong weapon at this point in the game. There's a whole factory area that gives a lot of really good items. That is like the thieving haven, that place. You've got possible Gesomon underwater in this part of the game, which can give you the run of Sandal if you need to escape from battles. A little bit more likely. You've got... What else have you got? There's a Digimon in the desert area that can give you the Thunder accessory if you haven't got it yet, which is nice. I'm pretty sure there's something else I'm trying to think. But yeah, the point is... and you get... from Etamon that can give you the supercharge. So yeah, like I would recommend definitely make sure in the West Sector you've got Picking Claw at the very least, because you will get some massive boosts to your team with just that technique. But yeah, so we're just going to make our way back to Asuka City now, because there's a really good auction item to go after. Make sure you got plenty of bit. I believe this one is something like 2,600 bit. And after this point, you can just go through the rest of the West Sector stuff before the next auction comes up. So we do have a bit of a gap after this one before we have to worry about our next item. Which is actually good in my opinion, because I don't want to... It would be annoying if you couldn't get it. Alright. Got Dolphmore. Not getting any counterattacks yet, unfortunately. That's fine. getting some XP on Renamon at least, which is nice for me because I feel like the West Sector is both really kind to Renamon with Digimon weak to ice with the Tuskmon, but really cruel to Renamon because everything hits so hard that it kind of defeats using Renamon. That's why I'm trying to get better techniques for Renamon to load onto her other forms before I start using... Because I think I'm going to start using Angelwomon soon. Because Angelwomon gets a really good Mega at level 40. I know I was training Stingmon up as well to level 40. That's kind of what's difficult with Renamon is she gets a lot of really good forms that I wouldn't mind training up for a bit. But I know for the next part of the game, water techniques are really nice. And Angelwomon learns a really good water technique at level 20. So I figure Angelwomon's going to be my next one to train up on Renamon for now. But this is the fun of this game, is that I can just like shift around which Digimon I'm training up. But I'll also yeah, this is the spot where you can get counter crests, which actually I might just quickly do a little run around, see if I can get another one. I do want to, however... No, I'll keep the counter crest on Renamon. But we'll go and switch Agumon to the lead. I think I've got... Have I got Royal Growlmon equipped or Greymon? We'll find out in a minute. I think this is still the beach area. No, this is the mountain. This counts as mountain. Okay, cool. Okay. Well, I'm not going to get long to try this, but sure. So yeah, any point in Plug Cave that's like going up towards the mountain area, you will encounter Tuskmon every single time. But it only once you've unlocked the access to the West Sector, I believe, or you've just finished the Asuka City Agumon section. 400. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I just need one Picking Claw, and then I'm good. Give us that counter crest. No. Come on, counter crest. Give me a counter crest. No, of course not. Yeah, I definitely want to get some supercharges because honestly, the power charge is starting to just run out of usefulness at this point in the game. Like, the Digimon just do too much damage where they basically hit me for almost the amount that I heal up with one power charge. So I'm kind of relying right now on a bit more speed. Good. Luckily, War Growlmon is really fast as an evolution. Nope, nothing yet. Okay. 437. Even just one more counter crest from this fight would do me good. I'm getting lucky though with the speed at least. And the good thing about Picking Claw is it is chipping down Tuskmon. I'm just not getting the luck of the drop rate. What is it? 437. I can take one more hit. As long as it's not a critical hit. Come on, give me a counter crest. Nope. Oh my god. Guaranteed to live at least one hit. Oh, come on! Stupid Tuskmon. Need you to avoid it. Nope. Just so glad that like I've got decent enough health to last. This is the fighter's entry. Luckily, my Agumon's just so fast compared to Toscamon. Will you give me a stupid counter crest already? No. Of course not. I'm also getting unlucky with the evades. I'm not getting many evades right now. Like, I'm getting double little 10s, which tells me my speed is pretty good, but, like, compared to Toscamon. But I'm not getting the luck of the draw on these evades, which I'd actually love to have right now. Yeah, like I say, I'm going to have to get a lot more healing items once I've got the auction item from this part. Come on. Okay, good. Give me a picking claw. No! That's so annoying. Like, the problem is, like I say, like, my defense isn't high enough where I'm able to take a lot of these hits without having to heal up. I've almost run out of life power charges. And I'm not avoiding! Why am I not evading any of these hits? 2 left. All I want is 1 counter crest, and then I'll finish you off, Toscamon. Good. Picking claw, go! Oh my god. What is it? 437. No! It's just 2 more. Oh no, I clicked the wrong one! Oh! I clicked the wrong button. Alright, fine. Forget it. Oh my god. Can I just calm down? I'm panicking. I'm clicking buttons. How did I do that? I can't believe I clicked the wrong button. Well, I get 1 chance. Oh, did I get ambushed? Oh, no. No, it's because I've switched. Who's in the lead? No, fine. Just gonna switch straight to Cubimon and just attack and just hope for the best when I defeat him. Like I said, Picking Claw is definitely the better way to get this item. I'll come back and try again while I'm making my way through the west sector. I'm not even getting a counter attack. Like, come on. All right, Ice Blow. Go, Renamon. Hit him with an ice technique. Just to show off pretty solid damage. I wish there was a special version of Picking Claw, so Renamon would be able to do it as well. Because then I could switch between that and the ice technique. I think I gave Renamon my counter crest, didn't I? Yeah, I believe so. Alright, I'm just gonna weaken them with Renamon. Oh, okay. Oh my god, Renamon! Okay, well, I guess Renamon wants to win this badly. Ice Blow, go! Nice. Like I say, there is still a chance defeating the Digimon could drop it, potentially, but it's not guaranteed. Hey, Greymon's 25, I could finally load Fireball. Flame Ball, that's good. 39, 200 bit, and no counter crest. Okay, fine. Yeah, right. Let's make our way back to the inn. At least I finally have a fire technique on one of my Digimon, on Agumon now. Also, while I'm in the Central Park, I can also get the Patamon. Let's go get Patamon. Right after I beat up a little baby Digimon here. Cunimon! Let's destroy him. Eee. Oh, that poor Cunimon didn't stand a chance. Hey, that's Patamon DDNA. Thanks. Okay, I'll add Patamon as a partner. And there we go. We now have Patamon and Guilmon as partners, which is great. So that's 2 more rookies. We have 3 rookies left to unlock, which all of them are around the west sector. So we won't be getting them until probably after the next leader. Okay, I want to save. No, I want to heal first. Go get my auction item. Come back. Buy some items, and then I'll save. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, make sure you come here though, as soon as you've escaped from Bayako City for the first time. Just so you don't miss out on this auction item. Do want to just check something quickly as well. Sorry, I'm just want to check the auction, the next load of auctions. Yeah, so after this one, so you need 2,700 bit for this one, and the next one will be in the next big story moment. I'll point it out when we get to it. It won't be this part though, it'll be for next part. Now's your chance. Finally our main item. Yin Yang 1, coveted by all members. This Renamon exclusive weapon will start at 1,600 bit. Alright, let's bid on it. We know how this works. Yeah. 2,600? Nope, 2,700. Also, if you say no, then you just lose the bet and you have to leave and then come back in to get it. So, make sure you don't say no. Alright, we got the Yin Yang Wand for Renamon. Which is great for us because Renamon needs all the damage boosts she can get. I do want to go to the lab as well and just check if we can load, what techniques we can load right now. But this is a massive boost for Renamon, because Renamon could do with some damage boosting. Right, where is it? So, we got the Magician's Rod right now. Now, the Yin Yang Wand is just, yeah, it's just better. In every way, that is better than the Magician's Rod. Which is good, don't get me wrong, it's a good boost, but Yin Yang Wand is just better. Which makes sense, it is Renamon's exclusive weapon after all. But with that, that is going to significantly help Renamon for the rest of the game now. In fact, I'm going to put Renamon in the lead, actually. Since we need to get through West, go back to West Sector after this. Agumon will be... I'll use Agumon in the West Sector when I can get some counter crests, but right now 1 counter crest is fine. We are in Asuka City. Now what I want to do is, I want to do a little bit of shopping for some healing items. I definitely think I need quite a few supercharges in particular. I've got 3,200 bit, and 10 supercharges is about 1,200. I also want to go to the lab, and I want to see what techniques I can load. So I'm going to start with that first, actually. Just check who can load techniques. I think it's just Agumon and maybe Renamon. So let's talk to the doctor here. He's basically the Pixie-mon of Asuka City. Let's see. Load technique? Yes. Thunderbolt. That's fine by me. Mon? Can you load any more? Nope, just those two, that's fine. Greymon can load Flame Ball. Nice. I'll also just show off here. If we go to switch Digimon, you'll see we have a Guilmon and a Patamon. Don't worry about the space as well. There'll always be spaces made for each new Digimon that you get. So, yeah. But you can only have 3 Digimon with you at a time. If you're wanting to do a run where you only use 1 Digimon, you can go to the lab though and deposit the other Digimon you have. Like, that is absolutely an option, but I would never really do that. I know some people like playing the game that way, but I think, to me, that kind of defeats the point of having this fun team of Digimon. And I like having 3 Digimon for healing and backup defense. I'm trying to decide how many to buy. Life discs are obviously important, but I've already got quite a couple life discs, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy... do I want power charges? See, 20 would be 2,500, that's almost all my money gone. I think I'll buy 15 for 1,800. I'm going to buy 20 power charges for healing outside of battles, supercharges for healing in battles. What can we sell right now? That's not bad actually. We've got nearly 2,000 bit we can make with just that alone. I don't think I really need them. 25, 60 bit extra is not bad. 35's, fine. I'm alright with that, though. Any armor? Yeah, see, I don't want to sell any of them. They're all great. I'm going to hold on to them for now. Any... No, I don't want to sell the accessories. I like them. See, yeah, I've got a few little bits I can sell. So, I'm happy with that. I've got 15 or so supercharges. Power charges for outside of battle. 1,200 bit is not bad. Do I want to buy an accessory? Do I want to buy a... I feel like I could look at... I'm going to have a look at if there's any better armor or anything I can get and how much that would be. Because I feel like that's kind of a problem with Renamon right now, in particular. I feel like I'm just going to die to everything. So I won't mind getting Renamon up a bit. Nope. Not even better than Yin Yang 1. That is amazing. No, that's not better. No. Cerberus Fang. No. These are so expensive. Yeah, no. Not what I came here for. Okay. Not bad. Wool cap. It is an upgrade. Bit more defense. 209. 207. It's only slightly weaker though. So like really that's way better for money. 2,000 bit. 1,800 bit. Wouldn't be bad actually. Yeah, see that's the thing is there's only certain things I can get. God, barrier. A barrier with a wide range. Yeah, they're just so expensive. I just don't think they're worth it. I think the wool cap is the best thing to get for Renamon. At least Renamon can make use of that. I'm going to also sell the Magician Rod. So that is some good money there. I'm going to sell the crossbow because, again, I think the Naginata is better. So now I've got money. Honestly, I think we buy wool caps for everyone. I think I buy 2 wool caps and equip them to Monmon and Agumon. And then I think I can sell now the helmets that I was using. The base wool caps. Yeah, they're way worse. 809 bit. So I've still got money if I want to buy anything else. But I don't think there's really anything else I can get. Because everything here is just way too expensive. Like, they're great equipment, but like... they're so expensive that I'm never really going to be able to buy them. That's fine. I think that's a good little shop I've done. I could buy a life disc, maybe? just to have, or even just a few more power charge. I'm gonna buy a couple more superchargers, and then I'm gonna buy, see what's left. I'm gonna buy a couple more, and buy one more life disc, just to help us out. I'm also gonna sell those TNT balls, because I don't think they're ever gonna be used again. All ailments during battle. I'll keep that, that's not bad actually. 60-bit, that's fine. Eh, nice. I don't think there's any weapons, no. No, none of that. Let's have a look. 15 and 21, that's good. 8, 7, 6. I'm gonna buy 2 more. 120. Actually, I'll buy 1 more because I can just about afford it. I'll have 9-bit by the end of this, but I've already healed myself up. Everyone's fully healed, aren't they? Yeah. 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 Yeah, everyone's fully healed, so buying 1 more life disc, then saving my game there, feels like a good step. Everyone's upgraded. Everyone's got a bit more levels going. Yeah. I feel like... don't want to buy another life disc. Yeah, I feel like life disc's too important to not buy. Yes, I know it means that I've got no money after this, but honestly, I think that's fine. Like, because there's a big gap now before the next auction. 3 life discs feels a bit more secure than just having 2. I've got a bunch of healing items for outside of battle. Everyone's got better armor, or at least a better helmet. I've got a better weapon for... We've got Renamon's best weapon for a while. I feel good. I feel like this is a big upgrade for my party now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make my way back to the west sector, and that's where we're going to end things. I know I'm saving now, but I'm saving just because, out of habit, making sure that I don't get defeated. But I think what I'm going to do is going to make my way back to Pelch Oasis, which means do a couple more fights, get myself into the west sector, because then I can decide from there whether or not, depending on if we happen to fight any Tuskmon on the way or not, if I want to go after counter crests before the next part, because obviously counter crests really useful to have. So regardless if we get them this part or not, I feel like I should just like do a quick little grinding session off screen if I don't get them, to have 3 counter crests for each Digimon to have one. Because like I say, they will come they will be very helpful for the future. The other thing as well I should mention is if you need to load any techniques or use the lab or anything like that, you need to come back to Asuka City from the west sector or to the south sector, but I think that one's a bit further away. But yeah. Go run them all. Now then. No, you don't have... Now, the thing about the money, I know I've used a lot of bit to buy things just now, but the west sector is a gold mine. Like, for really good items you can sell for a lot of money, as well as a lot of different ways to help you get money, and just fighting Digimon there will also earn you more money. So it's definitely worth doing that. Let me just kick a tree a second. Or not? Okay, I was going to kick a tree. Whatever. Oh, Shellmon! We haven't fought one of these, I don't think. Shellmon have pretty high defense, but not very high wisdom. They are water Digimon, so they're weak to thunder techniques. At the start of the game, these are game enders, like these are super deadly Digimon. And even now, they'll still do good damage to you, but honestly, just a good thunder technique will deal with them, as you can see. But yeah. Oh, and we got a counter crest to finish them off. Nice. I don't believe they drop anything valuable, as far as I remember. So So yeah, not really worth fighting, but yeah. We hit level 40, level 18. Unfortunately, I did not get any special rewards. I was going to kick that tree, wasn't I? Oh, it's right near here. Okay, I do want to try and just quickly fight a card bomb before I go to West Sector. Just because we haven't fought Cardmon in a while, and I do want to keep trying to get booster packs whenever I can, because they're really good to have. Let's see the difference in damage now. Yeah, we take Cardmon out in one hit. It's always good to go after booster packs. Oh, what the heck, let's do a fishing one while I'm here. Ah, nope. That felt really doable. Fine, what are you? See them all. No worries. We should start to have an easier time with some of the Digimon now. Although, we definitely need to get our defenses up. Renamon, at the very least, has some really good damage output. I'm also debating swapping over the... I might actually swap over the Machine Ring over to Renamon. Just for that little bit extra defense, because honestly, when am I going to be using physical attacks on with Renamon? Let's have a look. I think I've got it equipped to someone else, haven't I? Yeah. I think it's on Agumon, is it? Yeah, it's on Agumon. I'll unequip that accessory for now. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep the... because I really want to use Renamon, I'm going to keep the Machine Ring on Renamon. Just to resist metal attacks a bit better. Let's try fish again. Nope. See, it's so... I found fishing more awkward in this game than the... than going for kicking trees. Just because timing the fishing onto the yellow spot is really hard with how fast it moves. Alright, forget it. I'm just going to go on, because with 3 hours in, I feel like I should start getting towards the end of things now. It's fine. If I get it, all I wanted was a Cardmon. But if you're not giving me a Cardmon, then I'm going. The good thing as well is as soon as I come up from here, there's a gym at the start of the West Sector, so I can actually train Redamon's defense up a little bit more. I know I should work on speed, but quite honestly, I think Redamon's just going to take loads of damage from some of the Digimon here, so I kind of want to watch out. Or I could work on Spirit. Speed, Spirit, or Defense. One of those three. Which one would be the best to train Renamon in? Because Spirit would boost our special attack. Wisdom could also be worth doing, because it would make our special attack more accurate. Okay. Spirit for boosting our damage. Speed for evasion and possibly... and not being outsped by more Digimon. Defense to try and take hits a little bit better, or Wisdom for special attack accuracy. Which one of those would I rather train? Counter. Nice. I'll have a look when I get to the gym, what my stats are like, which one I feel needs the most work. I mean, it'll probably be defense, but... I mean, Renamon is very frail, but Renamon hits quite hard on the special attack side, and I wonder if with a bit more spirit training, I'd be able to maybe one-shot Dolphmons, potentially. So I'm actually wondering if I should go for Spirit again. Just to boost my damage out a little bit further. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do Spirit. I think even though defense is important, I think with the counter crest on Renamon, if they hit me hard, I can at least deal a lot of damage back. Oh, come on. if I know that I'd be able to knock out Dolphmon in one hit, that would really help with training up Renamon quickly. Because Dolphmon gives decent XP at this point. Oh, come on! 2 blocks in a row, really? You have to die, Dolphmon. I don't like sad Cubimon. The way the tail just droops is sad. Oh, I mean, see that one shot, but I think that's just because I got a critical hit. 43. I think just a bit more spirit will get us to the threshold I need to comfortably one-shot. Or at least come close to it. Alright, North Badland E. East. E is for East. And of course I bump into a Digimon. Who is it? Ogremon! No, I don't want to fight Ogremon. Okay. You know what? I haven't really used Hookmon much. Greymon's 25. Yeah, see, I don't remember what Ogremon has, so I'm just gonna go for Hookmon. Sure, we'll use a bit of Hookmon here. Go, my little pirate guy! Oh, I should have looked at the blast gauge, actually. I should have checked what blast gauge everyone was on. Because I'm kind of worried I'm going to blast. You know what? I don't want to blast right now. I'm going to go to Greymon. Forget it. We'll go Greymon because at least I know with Greymon, I could do something with that. I don't mind using a bit of excessive MP here because the Oasis is pretty close to the Badlands, where I'm going next. But I want to just go to the gym, go to the Badlands, get to the Oasis, heal, and then I'll save and end things there. Really? That didn't knock him out? Not even close. Damn. Ogermon's bulky. And I clicked attack like a fool. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but I kind of wanted to go for a special attack here. Is it? Triple fire, go, Greymon! Can't wait to get some stronger fire techniques. I mean, even just loading triple fire will help us out a lot. But yeah. Okay. There is actually another thing I could do. I'm debating at the start of next part. I haven't shown off the factory area yet. And there's a lot of good items you can steal there. But that area is also going to be the next part of the story, so I'm kind of thinking I'm going to leave that until I reach the factory in the story mode to go and get those items. I don't need them, definitely not for the next part of the game. They're useful items, but like they're not essential. They're not like the counter crest level of like, oh my god, I need this. It's more they're useful. Just they'll be useful more in my own when I need them. Like, I can wait on them, this is what I'm saying. Alright, Togemon. I don't think anyone else leveled up. No, just you. Alright, I'm going to go for Spirit. And the reason I'm going to go for Spirit again is just to try and push Renamon up. So we can at least try and one-shot them before they can knock us out. Come on, Renamon. 16? That's not bad. We're almost at 300 on Spirit. You're on 400 attack, that's amazing. I gotta say, Monmon's double-handed weapon is really gonna do a lot of damage. The thing with that, though, is in return for all that damage, Renamon's also gonna be taking a lot of damage. So it's kind of the good with the bad there. 18, no. I actually want to go fishing a second and see what Digimon show up in the water. I don't think I've been fishing in a while in the west sector. So I have no clue what Digimon you find by fishing here. Oh, come on. I pressed that so much earlier than that. And what Digimon do we find in the water? Dolphmon. Oh, that's fine. Dolphmon's alright. I can beat Dolphmon. Let's see if this does any more now. Well, it takes it down to red. A bit closer to the one-shot threshold that I'm looking for. I figure with just a few more levels, I'll be able to beat Dolphmon in one hit with that Thunder Gemini, which is really good for us. The reason I'm using Cubimon at the minute is I want to get better techniques for Renamon to pass down. Do one more fishing counter, sure. One more fishing encounter, let's go. Really? Yeah, it looks like it's just Dolphmon here. That's fine. That's actually quite a reasonable fishing Digimon to fight. Just takes one Thunder Gemini and then one regular attack to beat. The cool thing about the next leader that we're going to be fighting is I feel like everyone's going to have a moment to shine in that battle. Or at the very least, Renamon and Monmon definitely will. 45. We can now load Ice Blow. That's really good, actually. I might do that off screen, actually. Okay, I'm doing one more because I want to just get just a little level. This is the problem with this game, is I get addicted too much to like wanting to just keep leveling up. But yeah, I do need to start wrapping things up soon. So as soon as we beat this Dolphmon, we're going to go through the Badlands. But since we're going to go through the Badlands, I'm going to put Greymon in the lead, and I'm going to put his I'm going to put the Picking Claw technique. Get that set up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Alright, Dolphmon's down. Good. I do recommend keep at least. I mean, I know I've sold a few of my items, but keep a machine ring for this part of the game because there are going to be some really strong machine Digimon coming up in important boss fights. Alright. Now what I want to do here is I'm going to put Agumon in the lead, and we're going to set the status to Wall Growlmon for a bit. And the reason for that is Picking Claw. We never have to use Growlmon again, because Wall Growlmon just gets everything but better. And we've already loaded the attack techniques, the boosting techniques that Growlmon had, so I don't even need them anymore. There's literally no reason to ever use Growlmon again on Agumon, which is kind of how I want it to be. Right. Who we bumped into? Oh, the last Digimon on the route in this area is Mammothmon, who we also want to use Picking Claw on. Mammothmon has a chance of dropping a HP proxy, which is a very useful item for reducing damage that you take, which I might actually give to Renamon. The HP proxy is really nice for if you need that bit of defense boost on Digimon, or if your Digimon just takes too much damage to begin with. So definitely worth going after. I wouldn't recommend, I don't think you need 3 of them or anything like that, but it's nice to have. As for Mammothmon himself, he's not too tough. He hits hard like everything in the West Sector does. I believe I clicked the wrong move. He has a bit of a fire weakness to him. But yeah, that's all he is, just big damage and yeah. Okay, I'm going to tag out and I'm going to bring in Pokemon. Let's finish this off with Hookmon. That's a great last encounter. Well, it probably won't be the last encounter, but that's a great encounter for me to bump into now. This is where that firepower comes in handy. You can see there, boosted my damage up quite a bit. I just realised I'm going to blast, aren't I? I'm going to blast. You know what? Fine. I was trying to save it, but to be fair, I think once you've saved the game and you come back, your blast gauge resets anyway. So, you know what? Fine. You want this Mammothmon, you asked for it. You get the Armormon treatment. Now, how a pirate turns into a giant metal dog is beyond me, but you know what? He's kind of cool looking. This poor Mammoth is not going to like this. Three hits, 735 damage. Way to go, Mon. Level 9 and 37. Amazing. See, now I kind of want to equip the HP proxy instead of the machine. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give the machine ring... I'm going to keep the machine ring on something else for now. Because, well, actually, do I want it on Agumon? 236. What's your defense? No, I definitely think Cubimon needs it more than anyone else. The thing with the HP proxy is it will reduce the damage Countercrest does, but honestly, I think it's for the better that Renamon has it. Just to give us that bit extra defense. Alright, now I want to go... Oh, item! There's an item, there's an item. Power charge, nice. So yeah, that's all the Digimon that are in the North Badlands are worth stealing from. Oh, hello Lisa, I didn't see you. Hi Green Sea, why am I here? That's a secret. Women always have secrets. Okay, Lisa. And there we go, we've already got 1,800 bit, so we made our money up. And then some. But there we go, we have successfully made it to the west sector after a lot of back and forth at the start of this part, which I had to do anyway. But yeah, we've made it to the west sector, we've explored Bayako City and made our grand escape from there. And we've been told to go to Mobius Desert, where we'll find the Mirage Tower and the real leader hiding there. So next time on Digimon World 2003, we will be exploring the Mobius Desert, which is to the south of Noise Desert. So thank you all very much for watching. I might just off-screen grind a few items with the pick and claw. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Take care.